Coach.
Thrilled to be. Football season is my favorite season of the year.
And we are so glad that we are knocking on the door of this 82nd season here of high school football. And, Coach, two teams tonight that very similar in their approach as far as the coaching, getting these kids ready. They're both young, but Alliance misses this J.R. Jackson, the kid that was all-county, all-everything last year for them. How do you replace a kid at quarterback that did everything for this Alliance team?
Well, you know, as a head coach, you knew a guy like that was going to graduate at some point in time. And whoever the backup was a year ago, he had reps in practice too. And had an injury occurred, you know, to that all-county young man, you know, the backup would have to be ready to play. And you know, graduation occurred, and, you know, it's his job now. You know, I believe that if you know, offensively, if the quarterback was successful, your offense was successful. So they may not be identical offensively in scheme to last year's team, but that's insignificant. How do they coach this kid, and what kind of scheme do they run that he can be successful in? And the guy that does that best is going to be the starter.
All right, let's look at the other side of this field tonight. The Northwest Indians, John DeMarco, he's got a young team. He's a veteran. He knows how to bring kids along. What will he have to do this season to really bring this team along?
Well, they like Alliance, were hurt significantly with graduation. They only returned 3 starters offensively and 3 starters defensively. They only have 18 combined juniors and seniors on the team, and I was looking at them during pregame warm-up, and their numbers are not as I remember them from past years. So I think that they're down in numbers too. But you coach what you have, and you know, you feature the best guys that you have, and we may have a lot of first game mistakes, you know, from both teams, both sidelines, but that's to be expected to some extent.
Absolutely. Hey, we've got a third new member of our team this year, and let's bring him in right now. Kenny, the Roadman, Roda, is down on the field with us, and he'll be doing some sideline work, and we'll jump up here in the booth from time to time, do some play-by-play as well. Welcome, Kenny.
Hey, great to be with you guys. Can't believe you're number 82 of high school football coverage with WHBC, and we've got a good one tonight, as both of you have mentioned. Very similar situations for these two teams. Alliance replacing 4 starters on the offensive line. Northwest replacing 4 starters on the offensive line. Now, Northwest with Braden Venables back at quarterback, they have a little more experience at that position, guys. But when you go to you know, the Alliance Aviators and you look at what they're trying to do, J.R. Jackson, as I'll move up a little bit so I don't get tackled here, J.R. Jackson threw for over 3,200 yards. 35 touchdowns last year, was our Stark County Player of the Year for WHBC. He's gone, and so Caden Sanders is going to be the quarterback for Alliance. He did play some last year, guys, okay? He was their short yardage situation. He was their Tim Tebow-like quarterback in the Wildcat goal-to-go situations, 2-point conversions. So he has some experience under center, but we'll see how he throws the ball now and takes on a bigger role for this Alliance team. So it should be a great matchup between two teams that are trying to find some new faces and put them in the right places.
All right, Kenny, thank you so much. Kenny will be with us all season long. We are so happy to have him on board with us up here in the booth and then down on the field as well. So we are just a few minutes from kickoff, and we'll take a break. When we come back, we will have the kickoff between the Indians and the Aviators right here on WHBC YouTube, presented by Aultman Health Systems and AultCare.
2 leaders coming together for double the cancer expertise. The Aultman Cancer Center is proud to be affiliated with University Hospital's Seidman Cancer Center. Advanced treatment, compassionate care, right here for you. Aultman and UH bring you state-of-the-art cancer treatment close to home without unnecessary travel. Made possible with locations in Alliance and Canton. Because our community deserves the very best.
You can always score with Friends and Family Credit Union. A strong community brings people together. We believe a dependable financial resource is crucial for a strong community. That's why, in addition to our financial services, we support our neighbors whenever we can. Giving back to our community, we strive to be a part of the growth and success of our institutions, organizations, and neighbors. Because when they succeed, we succeed. We'll continue bringing friends into the family for generations.
This is Brian Bailey of Old Carolina Barbecue Company. It's pigskin time in Northeast Ohio, and you know that Old Carolina is the official barbecue of football. So if you've got plans to gather at a tailgate or in front of a big screen TV, be sure your buffet line is full of hearty party food. We've got tender hand-pulled pork to make all-pro sliders and hickory-smoked deep-fried wings that will score big points with your party guests. We're covering football fans at our 3 convenient locations in Canton, Massillon, and Alliance. Order online today at oldcarolina.com.
Grant wishes for local kids with life-threatening illnesses. Join us for the 19th annual Wishes Can Happen Wish-a-thon.
Wishes can happen, thanks to you.
On the road to $3 million in donations. Donate today.
Today's leftovers are tomorrow's hot dog toppings. The leftover dog. We Sugardale dog dare you. Yum, 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 yum.
Welcome you back here to Jim Shalmo Field at Dr. Martin Smilek Stadium in Canal Fulton, home of the Northwest Indians. Frank Cilona alongside Thom McDaniels. Kenny Roda is our sideline reporter. Bob Jeffries, our statistician here tonight. Our on-site engineer is Nick Zappolis, our video producer, Casey Claxon, and the crew from Claxon Communications. So glad you're with us tonight as we kick off our 82nd season of high school football here on WHBC Sports. And boy, it's a great one, Coach, to start off with. A couple of teams trying to bounce back a little bit. Alliance kind of rebuilding. They're young. Northwest, they're young. And 2 great coaches trying to get these programs back into it again.
Yeah, we probably have some kids that can't drive that are going to be playing football tonight.
That's right. And I tell you what, that's a great point, if you will. You know, I was that reminded me of a conversation, and we'll bring Kenny in here in a minute. But Trucker Lindesmith, the head coach at Central Catholic, was talking at the banquet at St. Hieronymus, and he was saying that, last year he didn't have to worry about the kids were so young. None of them had facial hair. He says, I didn't have to address that before the team picture or anything like that. This year, though, they're a little older, and they're talking, about girlfriends, and they're shaving, and they're getting, a little older. So he was a little bit more comfortable. But it's funny you say that. But, these teams are young, as we talked about in the pregame, and Kenny mentioned as well that offensive line for Northwest. And Kenny will bring you in down on the sidelines. Kenny, the road man. And Roda and Kenny, new turf down there tonight. It's getting, it looks pretty hot from up here.
Yeah, they're christening it here tonight. Coach DeMarco and his team loving the fact that this new turf is in. First game of the season. Alliance, I was talking with Tim Goodman down in the one end zone. I said, what do you think of the new turf? He goes, it's nice, but it's hot. And, yeah, it was about 85 when I pulled in today, so heat rises coming off that turf. And that's not where they're stopping here at Northwest. The turf is in. They're working on a new weight room facility, a new wrestling facility, and more. So a lot of big things happening at Northwest High School, guys. And real quick, Coach DeMarco, one of the keys he told me in order to get a win here tonight, and Coach McDaniels, you can attest to this. Turnovers obviously is key in every game, but he said discipline. We need to play within ourselves, but when you have so many young kids, that's something that I'm a little concerned with, and I think we'll get an idea early on in the game, Coach, how that goes. And on the flip side with Coach Goodman, he said, yes, turnovers are very important, and he wanted to see if his team can be consistent in their execution on both sides of the ball. So a couple of the keys there along with everything else to kick off our season.
I'll add one to you.
All right.
This just is a reality of high school football, but the special teams, it's for real tonight. Everything they've done in practice, and I know a lot of people that cheat special teams during two-day practices and so on and so forth. Don't be surprised if special teams factors into the outcome this evening.
Yeah, and I'll add to that. One of the other keys for John DeMarco, he said we need to win on special teams. Not necessarily maybe making kicks, but field position. He circled that as something that's very important. And when you have probably the best punter in Stark County back from last year, and Jacob Garber, that's a nice weapon to have. And then on the flip side, guys, how about this? Alliance, Charlie Eakey is going to handle the kicking duties for them. Normally you go to the soccer team to get your place kicker. They went to the golf team and got their place kicker. So Charlie Eakey going to handle the kicking duties for Alliance.
That's, Coach, would you have ever gone to the golf team to get a kicker?
In the years when we didn't have one, the answer would be yes.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Ty Lipkins and Sanad Abatin are back deep for the Indians. And as you heard Kenny say, Eakey will tee it up for the Aviators, and we are just seconds away from kickoff here tonight from Northwest. Eakey has his foot into it. It's a short kick, going to hit at the 15-yard line and then bounce out of bounds at about the 5-yard line.
Okay.
Lipkins barely, I don't know if he touched that or not. Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
First play of the game, special teams, and there's a mistake, a flaw in handling that kick. Not blaming the young man, just stating a fact.
Well,
that ball doesn't bounce like a basketball. I know that.
No, it does not. That's what they say, and they're going to mark it up at the 25-yard line, and that is where the Northwest Indians will go on offense. And we'll take a look here at that offense for the Indians across the front. Little, Lance, Boyette, Stevenson, and Davis. The quarterback is Braden Venables. He is back from last year. Garber and Stevenson in the backfield as the running backs. The tight end is Hannah, and the wide receivers, you'll see Lipkins and Abutin out there, as well as Mason Hannah. And right now we've got 3 in the pattern, 2 on the near side stack. And here's a handoff. It's going to go to the up man. That's Jacob Garber, and Garber still on his feet all the way out to the 40-yard line.
Refusing to go down on contact. Great effort on his part.
So a good play there offensively for the Indians on play number 1. Let's take a look at the defense here for the Alliance Aviators when we get a chance. Right after this play here, Venables flanked by both running backs. Going to give it to Stevenson this time, and good defensive play there by the Aviators. Only a yard gain there for them. And take a look at that defense for the Aviators. Yost, Lott, Lilly, and Stevenson across the front. The linebackers, McKay, Schrader, and Sykes. We'll talk about them in a minute here. Defensive backfield, Burt, Jones, Brisker, and Edwards. Third down and about 4 yards for the Indians. Man in motion. And a handoff. It's going to go to Garber. Garber has some running room. Got it close to a first down, and he's going to be right on the marker.
He got it. Official on this side is waving.
I just look at Bob Jeffries, he tells me. So first down for the Indians on the carry. And going back to that defense, and want to mention here that the Aviators are missing Brody Fast, a 3-year starter at linebacker. He led the team last season in tackles, 116. Here's another running play. That is Stevenson. So Connor Stevenson gets it out to about the 47-yard line. But the Aviators defense coach really missing a big cog in that linebacking core. They're really relying on Schrader and Sykes to kind of shore that up a little bit. But when you lose a guy 116 tackles last year, that's a big loss.
Yeah, that's a tackling machine, and his absence is significant.
Yep.
I like how Alliance runs to the football. They got 10 or 11 at the football, as the play ends.
Here's a handoff again. That is Garber, and nowhere to go for Garber that time. Great job defensively by the Aviators. Coming up there, big number 75, Jaden Lott, making the stop. And going back to Brody Fast, this is a young man. We're not saying he's out for the entire year, but he's going to miss some significant time, and hopefully he will be back and ready to play for the Aviators. So right now the Aviator defense trying to stop this first drive from the Indians. Now it's a 3rd down and 9, and we've had some motion there. Back to pass is Venable on the run, going to throw across the field, and the receiver fell down, but he was tripped. That was Lipkins, and the flags are down, so that's going to give the Indians an automatic first down.
Clever play. They faked the counter play, and that's where they bring the right guard and the right tackle, and they pull and simulate a block to the left, and they have the back, fake with the quarterback, to the left, and then the quarterback keeps the ball on a bootleg, and looks like they're going to, pardon me.
Offsetting, guys. We're going to have pass interference and ineligible downfield. They're going to offset, and we'll go back to 3rd and 9.
All right, thank you, Kenny. That's huge right there, especially for Alliance.
Yep.
Yeah, they dodged a bullet there. Now that's, again, going to be 3rd and 9 for the Indians.
Alliance is playing with a 4-man front, and 3 linebackers at the second level behind the 4 guys up front. And they're playing with 1 high free safety, 2 corners, and the other safety is going to the strength of the offensive formation. He's moving to the left here to the strength of the formation.
Hannah Abutin far right now. Hannah in motion, and there's a handoff again to Garber. Garber trying to find some running room. Not much there. Gets it out to about the 47, 48-yard line, and it looks like to be a punting situation for the Indians. So John DeMarco sends out the punting unit. DeMarco in his 8th year here at Northwest. At Louisville prior to coming here, he was at Lake, an offensive coordinator extraordinaire. You hear a lot of the coaches talk in those banquets, and they mentioned John DeMarco and his offensive mind. There's a punt, high, wobbly kick, going to be taken, fair caught at the 20-yard line. That was Brisker, and that is where Alliance will start their offensive series.
You know how happy that makes me that the punt returner caught the ball in the air.
I knew that.
Yeah, I have a pet peeve is when we let punts and kickoffs hit the ground and they're catchable. Well done, young man.
I thought of that when that ball was in the air, and I knew you would enjoy that. So the Aviators now will come out on offense. Craven, Grandy, Melchor Arroyo, Offhill, and McKay across the front line for the Aviators. Sanders is the quarterback. Wilkes and Sykes are the running backs. You see them flanked beside Sanders, Stevenson, Jones, and Brisker. And here is Sanders, and he's keeping it, and he's down the sidelines, has some running room across the 40 to the 45, and hold everything, though. We've got a flag back at the 18-yard line, and that indicates typically holding.
Yes, it does, but people wondered what this year's quarterback was going to be able to do in replacing the Stark County Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Or no. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's a taste of it.
Yeah.
I know it's a penalty on the play. It's going to wipe it out, but he demonstrated good running ability on that designed run by the quarterback.
He's a little, I should say thicker, not taller, but he's bigger than J.R. Jackson.
Both teams playing with 2 backs in the backfield, 2 wide receivers to one side, 1 wide receiver to the other side.
Take a look at that Northwest defense here. The Indians.
They're a 3-man front.
Yep, 3-4. Davis, Boyette, and Stevenson. Here's a running play. Not much. Oh, he gets away, though, and out to about the 18-yard line. Hanner, Garber, Turbovich, and Stevenson are the linebackers, and the DBs are Lipkins, Golke, Kogar, and Abutin.
Both teams have shown running backs who are not going to go down on first contact. You know, this young man on that particular play was contacted early, but was able to get a decent gain.
Aviators going to go 2 on the near side and 1 on the far side, and we've got movement. Oh, the Indians are going to be called for an offsides. So that gets them that yardage back a little bit. Brings up a second down and about 8 now.
No surprise, guys, early on, first game of the year, a lot of young starters, right, Coach? What, about 4 or 5 penalties already in the first 4.5 minutes?
I think that was number 33, who's not listed as a starter. He's the right end.
Okay. There's a swing pass. Oh, what a great defensive play. The ball is live, and in the end zone, touchdown, Indians.
We're going to have a discussion, I would think, here.
Connor Stevenson.
If it was a backward pass.
I think it was a backward pass. He got his hand on it, knocked it into the end zone, and he fell on it. Let's see here. We've got a replay. We got the benefit of the replay, and he did. He tapped it away. What a great defensive play there by Connor Stevenson. And then he fell on it in the end zone right there for the score, and it stands. Wow, what a play. I want to remind everybody that our starting lineups tonight were brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors. Northeast Ohio homeowners rated Pella Windows and Doors #1 for highest quality, and that extra point attempt is up and good by Cooper. And the Indians will strike first here with 6:59 to go in quarter number 1. It's the Indians 7 and the Aviators nothing. We'll be back right after these timeouts.
Every other dealer is trying to sell you something. Not me. I want to buy your car. Trade it in or just sell it to me, top dollar. You might be surprised what it's worth. Check out this month's deals.
New 2026 Silverado's over $13,000 off, and new 2026 Equinox EV, $7,000.
I'm Craig Sanders at Progressive Chevrolet in Massillon, and I want to buy your car. I mean it.
Get your day started with Pam Cook. She's like your own personal smartphone, and she's fully charged. We're hands-free, news and information. 1480 WHBC.
Noah Cooper has it teed up for the Indians, and I'll tell you what, while we've got a second here, he's getting and talking to the referee. Kenny Roda, you were right there on that play. You saw everything right in front of you, didn't you?
Yeah, it was coming. I was waiting to see if they were going to call it as a backward pass, and every coach, every player on the northwest sideline was yelling, "Get the ball, get the ball." And with a young team like that, any help you can give them, it's always a positive. And sure enough, they did roll into the end zone and get the first score of the game.
Wow, that was just a great heads-up play. Cooper now has it teed up, and this one is a high kick taken at about the 7-yard line. And staying on his feet is Brisker, still running, breaking tackles left and right, and he finally gets brought down at the 36-yard line. That's a heck of a run there by Cash Brisker.
Yeah, and bad tackling is a thing that haunts teams early in the season. And we had plenty of examples on that particular kick return.
All right, Coach, you've got that Fresh Mark Sugardale scoring drive. Fresh Mark Sugardale, predictably delicious since 1920.
Yes, for Northwest at 6:59 of the first quarter. Fumble recovery in the end zone by Connor Stevenson. He tipped the ball. It was a lateral, and then recovered it. And the extra point by Cooper was good, and they have the early lead with 6:59 first quarter. Northwest 7, Alliance nothing.
There's a handoff, a little bit of running room, and out to the 40-yard line for Williams. Let's bring up a second down and 6. Give him 4 yards. Don't forget to check out the Progressive Chevy and Progressive Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Scoreboard Show with Brian Novak. Catch up on scores from around the area and Ohio. You can also do that on WHBCSports.com. So after the night's ball game, tune in. There is a quarterback keeper this time, and Sanders gets it couple yards short of the first down. He's going to be about 3 yards short now. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
And that is a designed run by the quarterback. We expected this from him.
Throughout the ball game, we'll be keeping an eye on our key play of the game, brought to you by Hammersmith Insurance, our player of the game tonight, brought to you by Old Carolina Barbecue. So we've got some awards to give out after the ball game. So make sure you stick around for those. There's a flag and motion now for the Aviators.
We already have a nomination as play of the game.
That's a great play right there.
That was a great individual effort.
Yeah, keep that one in the back of your mind. So the Aviators now with 5:25 to go here in the first quarter, faced with a 3rd down and 8 after the penalty.
Early penalties have been costly to Alliance.
Sure have. Sanders going to roll to his right this time. Looks, throws, overthrew everybody there. Intended for Brennan Edwards. And that's going to bring out the punting unit.
When quarterbacks throw on the run, I probably mentioned this in previous seasons, when you throw on the run, you never want to lead the receiver because it's an automatic overthrow. There's some, I don't know if it's geometry or physics or whatever is involved in that reality.
Yeah.
But when you throw on the run, you should throw the ball at the receiver, and it, more often than not, is on the money.
Ickey's going to come in and punt it away. Oh, no, that is Sanders, actually, who punted it. That one hits and is picked up and run out of bounds right at about the 25-yard line. So that's where Northwest will start their next drive. A big season ahead, in each game we'll select that Old Carolina Barbecue Player of the Game. Find all the details out at WHBC.com and WHBCSports.com for more information on that. So looking forward to naming that player tonight. We've got some other ball games on our WHBC network, and I'll tell you about that right after this play here. Venables going to hand it off. They're pretty content right now with just pounding the football. That's Jacob Garber again. Mentioned some of the games, and Coach, we've got two teams that you're pretty familiar with. Warren Harding at McKinley tonight. That's on our radio broadcast. Dan Belford, Mark Miller, Ethan Jenkins, Denny Kincaid are all there tonight, bringing you that one on the radio.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting one to see.
And our stream game tonight, Central Catholic at Perry. The battle for 13th Street, as they say. John Bazika and George Bazika are there tonight for that one. So we've got you covered.
And Scott Garcia.
And oh, that's right. Scott Garcia has joined in the crew over there. There's another handoff. Thank you, Bob. I forgot about Scott.
Northwest has been content to run the ball. Off tackle, right, off tackle, left. Alliance is actually penetrating the line of scrimmage, and more often than not, the back has been met in the backfield, and with second effort, they've been able to gain some yardage, but they're very patient, willing to run the ball quite often early in the game.
Venables now faced with a 3rd and 4. Aviators trying to get him to jump, but no dice. There's a handoff again to Garber, and he's
short.
Just short, yeah. So they will mark it at the 35-yard line. He needed to get to the 36. So they're going to bring out the punt team. And Kenny Roda, I know you mentioned about the offensive and defensive lines being young. What are you seeing right now? I mean, obviously there's a few mistakes down there, but what are you seeing?
I think both teams are still feeling their way through this with both the offensive and defensive lines. Some of the guys that are up front for both teams, there's some size there, but it's just they lack experience. But to this point, the offenses haven't been able to get going. It's been more about the defense.
There's a end-over-end kick. It drops, and getting away from it is Brisker. And a good roll for Northwest, and the Aviators will take over inside the 25-yard line, right around the 24-yard line.
Lions benefited from a good bounce.
They did.
Instead of that thing kicking, 10, 15, 20 more yards toward their own goal line, it pops straight up like one of your pitches,
Yeah.
I've seen you do that at the Elms on many occasions.
Mine just keep going. Roll off the green. All right, the Aviators are back on offense. 2:45 to go here in the opening quarter. Sanders is going to keep it this time. A little bit of running room there. Got about 3 or 4 yards, close to the 28, right about that 28-yard line. Hey, I want to tell you a little bit about that Saturday morning huddle. Speaking of Kenny Roda, it is back. Kenny and John Bazika, plus a new contributor, Ethan Jenkins, our new guy who does radio sidelines, will be there live Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. on Facebook and YouTube. It's once again the most popular high school football show around, with live player and coaches interviews, highlights, and more. But they get a lot of coaches and players, which is so cool. Those guys after the ball game, they're watching film in the morning. They come on with the guys.
Timeout, Alliance.
Alliance takes a timeout. And we will take a break with them. 2:05 to go here in the first quarter. It's the Indians 7 and the Aviators nothing. We'll be back right after these timeouts.
Two leaders coming together for double the cancer expertise. The Aultman Cancer Center is proud to be affiliated with University Hospital's Seidman Cancer Center. Advanced treatment, compassionate care, right here for you. Aultman and UH bring you state-of-the-art cancer treatment close to home without unnecessary travel. Made possible with locations in Alliance and Canton, because our community deserves the very best.
Second down and 6, 2:05 to go here in the quarter. Aviators back to throw. Sanders, nobody there. Good defense by the Indians, shutting everything down. Sanders, coach, he looked, 3 or 4 options almost on that play.
Well,
couldn't find anybody.
He had 3 receivers to the right, and they were trying to throw the ball to the inside of the 3 receivers. The other 2 receivers were going to attempt a block for him on the catch. But Northwest anticipated it and denied him that throw, and so he had to scramble and improvise and gained a couple.
So third down and 7. Here's a throw. A little wide receiver screen. Breaking tackles all the way out across the first down marker to the 35. And a nice play there from, that was Trevin Wilkes, I believe, that made that catch. Let's check it out here on the replay. Nope, it was Edwards, the receiver, who came in and made the catch and picks up the first down.
Yep.
So that'll keep the chains moving.
Critical third down conversion for them.
Yep. Two receivers now in the pattern. Sanders puts one in motion, and we've got whistles and motion. Too many people were in motion.
That's inexperience.
Yeah.
That's considerably more penalties than you wanted to have in the first quarter. I'm not sure how many
we got there, Bobby.
3 for Alliance
3.
that were accepted.
Yep. Bob Jeffries, our statistician.
Extraordinaire.
Extraordinaire is right. Been with us a while. Here's a running play from Brisker. Came around on that wide receiver end around there, and not much at all. I think he lost 2 yards.
Well, and Caden Sanders is credited with a completion on a forward pass.
That's right, yeah. But he lost 2.
No, he gained 3.
Oh, did he? Oh, that's right. You're right.
Yes.
All right, 2 receivers now on the near side, 1 far side. Again, 3 in the backfield. Sanders fakes the handoff, throws a slant, and it was tipped at the line and incomplete. Was looking for Edwards again. So it'll bring up 3rd down and 12 now for the Aviators.
End of the quarter.
And that is going to do it for quarter number 1. So we have played one here at Northwest. We go to quarter number 2 with the Indians on top by a score of 7-0. We'll be back here at Smiley Stadium right after these timeouts.
Kenny and JT.
Can you lose one game and still play for a national championship? Yes.
No, not necessarily. You cannot lose a game in your division of the Big Ten.
He's got an opinion, and he has got an opinion. The Kenny and JT Show. Weekdays between 3 and 7 on WHBC.
2 leaders coming together for double the cancer expertise. The Aultman Cancer Center is proud to be affiliated with University Hospital's Seidman Cancer Center. Advanced treatment, compassionate care, right here for you. Aultman and UH bring you state-of-the-art cancer treatment close to home without unnecessary travel. Made possible with locations in Alliance and Canton. Because our community deserves the very best.
Back here at Dr. Smiley Stadium on the campus of Northwest High School, Frank Cilona, Thom McDaniels, Kenny Roda, Bob Jeffries with you tonight. A 3rd down and 12 for the Aviators. And Sanders going to run. He fumbled the football and recovered by the Indians. Hayden Sanders found a little running room there, but he got popped and football came loose.
1st and 10, Indians at the Aviators 42.
So the Indians will take over at the 42.
Abilene.
Yep. Number 4 recovered.
Yep. Abudin. Sanad Abudin with the recovery there. So the Indians, pretty good field position here to start at the 42-yard line of the Aviators. Venables flanked by Stevenson and Garber. Now man in motion. Now he's going to throw deep. Wobbly pass down the middle of the field. Up and made the catch. What a effort that time by Ty Lipkins. It was an ugly, wobbly pass, but Lipkins made adjustments.
It was a jump ball.
It was.
They teach defensive backs and receivers, to take the ball at its height. Don't keep your feet on the ground. Go to the ball in a jump ball situation like that.
There's a handoff. And taking it inside the 10-yard line is Josh Golke. Golke's checked in there at that running back position.
Jacob Garber entering the formation.
2nd down, 7-yard line.
He gets the ball.
And this time, right. Oh, he took the football away from him. And running the other way and taken down at about the 31-yard line. And I can't tell which guy that was. I think it's number 7. That might have been Linnell Johnson for the Aviators. Let's see here if we can check the replay. Took it right out of the hands of the running back.
That was Jacob Garber. They were certainly in field goal range.
Yeah.
Knocking on the door, and they come up with nothing, and Alliance denies.
Yep. So the Aviators
makes up for their own turnover.
Yeah.
3 turnovers already in the game.
So timeout on the field, change of possession here, and give us an opportunity to tell you about Canton's morning news. What do you need when you wake up each morning? Well, you need Pam Cook. And Canton's morning news, Pam and news anchor Jim Michaels bring you the latest weekdays from 5:30 a.m. to 10 a.m., and you'll be entertained, too. Listen on air, online, or on Alexa. That's how I listen every morning. My Alexa wakes me up with Pam, Jim Michaels. Kenny Roda does the sports. I try to snooze, but if I hear Kenny, I know I got to get up because I've already slept too long. Here's a handoff. A little bit of running room that time. That was Wilkes.
Lions needs to hang on to the ball for more than 3 or 4 plays.
Mm-hmm.
Gain some confidence. Be patient. This game's not out of reach yet. And take care of the football. They're in an unbalanced line to the left.
Sykes now in the backfield. Here's another handoff to Wilkes again, and Wilkes with some running room gets the first down as he gets it out to about the 44-yard line. So the Aviators in a couple of plays here pick up a first down. So Coach looks like they may have settled down a little bit.
When a team employs an unbalanced line, they're trying to gain a numbers advantage. And sometimes that unbalanced line forces the defense to make an adjustment that they don't want to make.
Right.
But they got good results from the unbalanced line on that run play.
Is it because you say they don't want to make? Is it because of the gaps and the area, the keys that they're looking at? As a running play here, Wilkes again. But is it something that obviously linebackers are looking for keys? The linemen are looking at gaps and things like that. What kind of throws them off there?
Well, in a normal formation, you have a guard, a tackle, and a tight end if you utilize the tight end. That's a 3-man side.
Right.
But with an unbalanced line, you have a 4-man side.
Yeah.
So if they don't make an adjustment, then we've got them outnumbered, with our 4 against their 3.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of that USC student body right when you throw 5-6 guys going one direction.
Ed Glass knew unbalanced football better than anybody I knew.
Oh, yeah. Ed Glass used to talk about that all the time on the broadcast. I remember there's Sanders, not much there on the carry. So it's 3rd down now and 8 for the Aviators. So the Northwest defense is stiffened up a little bit.
Not a down distance Alliance wants to have.
Sanders barking out some signals now. He's got 3 receivers in the pattern, 2 running backs in the backfield.
Changing the play.
There's a quick throw right side off the hands of Brisker. So it'll bring up 4th down in a punting situation.
Lions doesn't have a lot of answers for 3rd and long. None of us have enough.
But I tell you what, they don't look like they're going to punt it away. Unless Sanders quick kicks it. He is the backup punter. 4th down and 8.
He's kicking. I just saw the coach.
Northwest. Northwest.
He's not fooling anybody. Oh, he hit one of his linemen or running backs right there, and Northwest will get the football right at midfield. A great heads-up play by the Indians. Number 20, that was Kane Watson, who picked it up or just fell on it right there.
Northwest was misaligned and didn't have to pay for being misaligned. They showed an offensive formation. We know that the quarterback is also the punter. We weren't shocked that he moved a little deeper in an attempt to punt the ball, and the punt protection was not good at all.
Well, let's see what Northwest can do now with pretty good field position right at midfield. There as a handoff and picking up some yardage. That is Golke again. Josh Golke was checked into the ball game. The last series is getting some carries now. Hey, the Cleveland Browns play preseason game number 2 at home against the Buffalo Bills on Saturday. Kickoff is at 1 p.m., I should say, on WHBC. 1480. There's a man in motion for the Indians, but a fake, and Venables is going to keep it. 35, 32-yard line and pushed out of bounds. Nice fake there by Braden Venables. Picks up the first down.
Yeah, they motioned one of the receivers to the left, motioned him to the right, faked to the running back to the right, and that was a designed keep by the quarterback. There was no decision made there about whether to give or not give the running back the ball.
Trips out there. There's a handoff. Golke again. And Josh, with a big chunk of yardage, picks up about 7 or 8 yards right there.
Northwest gaining confidence and doing a better job of executing in the off-tackle run game. Much better than they started the game with.
We'll check in with Kenny Roda after this play. 7:15 and counting here, second quarter. Venables in the shotgun, going to put Golke in motion this time. Now he's just going to hand it off. Power play again. That's Stevenson. And
he's got it.
He got the first down. Let's check in with Kenny downstairs. Kenny, any adjustments, anything like that? You see Golke in the ball game for the Indians.
I think it's just gaining some confidence. All right, a quarter in the books, some mistakes on both sides of the ball. Maybe you get the first game jitters out for a lot of these young players, and now maybe they're both settling in, and let's see if an offense can put a touchdown on the board now that Northwest defense already has one.
Yeah, well, Coach, we talked about this at length in the pregame. Get some young players out there, maybe some different combinations, and that might be what John DeMarco is working on. Here is a handoff, a big collision in the backfield. Oh, my goodness, Stevenson pitched it back to Venables, and great job by Alliance defensively to cover that. And I think Venables, that ball was in the air, and he was going, no, no, no.
Yeah, not a well-thought-out improvisation there.
Yeah.
Again, Alliance is penetrating the line of scrimmage. You met the running back in the backfield. Again, both the running backs for both teams are fighting for extra yardage after the first contact. Mm-hmm. And this resulted in a significant negative loss.
3 receivers in the pattern this time. Back to throw. Oh, he got hit in the back. Fumbled the football. The Aviators pick it up and fall on it at the 48-yard line. Defensively coming up, that's Dylan Stevenson who picked up the football. And I think Venables is kind of wondering where that hit came from.
Came from the right side. Number 7.
Yeah.
Number 7 for Alliance.
That's Johnson, Linnell Johnson, who came up and knocked it out of the hands of Venables, and the Aviators get the football back. Another turnover.
2 for each team now.
Is that right? 5:49 in the second quarter here from Northwest. The Aviators trying to get on the board. They trail 7-0. This is our WHBC YouTube game of the week. Aviators back to throw. Sanders looking. He's got all kinds of time. Running out of time now. He's got to get flushed out of the pocket, and he throws it away. Looked like he had maybe a receiver over there, but boy, he had a long time to look down the field.
He was looking right, during the pass drop, and as a result, he didn't see the opening to his left, because if in his attempt to escape and scramble, if he had gone left, he probably could have gained significant yardage. But again, his vision was to the right, and the route design was to the right, and so he escaped to the right, trying to keep the play alive and trying to find an open receiver.
Want to again thank all of our sponsors this year, Aultman Health Systems, AultCare, our title sponsor throughout the season. We certainly appreciate
the
timeout on the field. So the Aviators call timeout. We'll take it with them. 5:40 to go here in the first half. Indians 7 and Aviators nothing. We'll be back after this timeout.
We've all had a foot long, but who amongst us has had the courage to attempt a foot high? Stack it high. We Sugardale dog dare you. Yum, 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 yum.
2 leaders coming together for double the cancer expertise. The Aultman Cancer Center is proud to be affiliated with University Hospital's Seidman Cancer Center. Advanced treatment, compassionate care, right here for you. Aultman and UH bring you state-of-the-art cancer treatment close to home without unnecessary travel. Made possible with locations in Alliance and Canton, because our community deserves the very best.
Sanders going to keep it this time. Had a little bit of running room. Got hit right at the 50-yard line and brought down. It closed quickly.
He had a good play going.
He did.
Because the defender chose the quarterback on the option play, and if he had pitched it, I think they have a significant gain on the play, as long as it was executed well, because there was nobody responsible for the pitch man in an option. And again, an option is where the quarterback and a running back, there's a decision made during the play about who's going to keep the ball.
Sanders going to throw this time. Throws and incomplete. It was intended for Edwards. Caden Sanders, first-year starter. He sat behind J.R. Jackson last year. He's a senior, 5'9", 195 pounds. So 4th down now and 7. And I don't think they're going to mess around now. I think Sanders is going to just punt it away. And a wobbly kick taken at about the 18-yard line, and falling forward is Venables. It's kind of odd. The quarterback is the punt returner. Don't see that too often.
Well, it tells me that he can catch the ball in the air and he can judge the ball.
Good point.
And if that's your best guy at doing that, then that's who you have do it.
And Thom, don't you think, especially deep in your own end, so you're not starting back inside the 10-yard line, that hidden yardage that you save?
Yeah, no question.
So the Indians will go on offense from their own 21-yard line. Venables going to hand it off. And a little bit of running room, but still on his feet is Stevenson. Pushed it all the way out to about the 24-yard line.
The best thing they do is not go down on first contact.
Yeah.
I mean, we're seeing pushed piles on almost every run play.
Yep.
Yeah, Northwest has only attempted one pass that counted. It was that jump ball to Lipkins. Otherwise, they've run the ball, I think, 17 times.
And they've had the ball deep in the opponent's territory and turned it over and have nothing to show for it.
Indians going to go with 3 receivers now in the pattern. Puts one in motion. And low snap, and Venables has to fall on it back at the 20.
You know, sometimes the forgotten guy in these shotgun
is the center
systems.
Yeah,
is the center. You can't run a shotgun system if you don't have an accurate long snapper.
Yeah.
And I've seen 1 or 2 bad snaps, inaccurate snaps, but that's the first one that cost them.
So that moves them back. It's 3rd down and 11 now.
Pressure from Alliance.
And they are just going to run the football with Garber again. Just a yard or 2 right there.
Yeah, Alliance's answer to that down and distance situation was to bring number 7, Linnell Johnson, off the right edge. 6'4", 185. He factored into the play, but he didn't make the play by himself.
Quick score update. McKinley leads Warren Harding 7-0. So punting situation, there's Garber in to kick it away. Back deep is Brisker. Cash going to move up a little bit. Oh, nearly blocked. There's a high wobbly kick. Hits at about the 48-yard line, takes a Alliance bounce, and all the way back to about the 46-yard line. I think that's where they'll mark it.
Alliance only rushed 3 people.
And they almost got to the football.
And and only one of them had his hand on the ground. So they didn't have a designed punt rush, but they got a good result out of it. The ball's in northwest side of the field now.
So the Aviators now have it with 2:21 to go in the first half at the northwest 46-yard line. Let's see if they can do something here on this drive, get on the scoreboard. They trail by a score of 7-0. Sanders going to hand it off. Running room for Wilkes. Wilkes still on his feet, and he takes it inside the 35, all the way down to about the 32-yard line. Coach, that's a big kid, 5'11", 195. Wilkes runs with a good head of steam.
Best running play of the day for them.
He's got 6 carries, 39 yards, so he's doing well.
I think I'd be handing him the rock.
How long was that run?
That one was 14.
Yeah, it's 14 and that 39 in one play.
So a first down now for the Aviators at about the 32-yard line of Northwest. Sanders going to hand it off. This time it's Williams. Williams hit inside the 30 to about the 28-yard lines. Marquell Williams, the junior, 5'9", 170 pounds.
I'm guessing that the running back coach for Alliance has taught his players on contact to spin, because that young man did that on that play, and we've seen it prior to this point in time. But on contact, they're spinning to cause a missed tackle and an attempt to gain more yards.
Here's Wilkes again, and Wilkes hit at about the 25-yard line, and that's as far as he's going to get. Alliance takes a timeout. We'll keep it right here.
They should take 2 downs.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They should take 2 downs to get this.
We want to remind everybody not to forget about the Progressive Chevy and Progressive Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram scoreboard show. After all the games are over with Brian Novak, catch up on scores from around the area and all around Ohio. Brian will have all those scores for you. He does a great job of giving you updates and scores from all over town and all over the state of Ohio. You can do so also at WHBCSports.com.
Guys, that was the last time out for Alliance here in this first half, so the only way they'll get to stop the clock is first down. We'll stop it for a little bit, incomplete pass or a run out of bounds, so they're out of timeouts.
Yep. Well, here they have it, 3rd and 4. Sanders still on his feet, and
I think he's
going to be short at about the 24-yard line. They're going to have to hurry, get back up there.
I think the fact they don't have any timeouts, that created a pass play, in the Alliance coach's mind. Get a completion, get out of bounds, you look to the right, and or an incompletion to stop the clock.
Sanders gets the call finally. Here's a throw, has a man complete. That is Edwards, and Edwards out of bounds. It'll stop the clock, and it'll move the chains with 25 seconds. So plenty of time, really, if they can work the sidelines here.
That's their most successful pass play of the day, too.
Yeah.
A couple of very successful plays in this possession.
Jones now on the near side. Got a little pre-snap motion, but they got away with it. That is Brisker with the catch inside the 10 to about the 8. Clock running, 4 seconds, 3. They got to spike it, and do they? No. Well, we've got a flag. Let's see.
Somebody wasn't set.
Also, if Kenny's able to catch up with a coach here going into the half, we can check in with him. We'll keep an eye and see if we're able to do that. But right now, they're going to say procedure against Alliance, which that'll end the half, won't it?
Should.
Yeah. Yep, looks like Northwest said, okay, we've had enough here. We'll go down here with Kenny. He's going to talk to John DeMarco as soon as Coach clears his team off the field. Kenny, I'll give it to you. Go ahead, whenever you're ready.
All right, yeah, we're here with Coach DeMarco. Coach, not the prettiest of first halves, but for two young teams, you've got a 7-0 lead. Just your thoughts on what you've seen so far.
Well, looks like they made one more mistake than us, and that's about where we're at right now.
Offensively, what are you hoping to maybe get going in the second half?
We're just hoping to wear them down. Somebody's going to run out of – it's a hot night here. We got game one. Teams aren't used to playing. Somebody's going to wear down. We're going to try to wear them down. I don't know how it's going to go, but that's our goal.
And on defense, I heard everybody yelling, ball, ball, ball. Smart play by your defense. Whenever the ball's loose, you got to cover up no matter what, right?
Yes, they did. And Connor made a great play on it, and our whole sidelines was yelling. So they were alert on that. And, yeah, that's the only play we've had so far.
Coach, we appreciate the time. Good luck in the second half.
Thanks, Jenny.
All right, there's John DeMarco, a young team making some mistakes. Both sides, guys, making mistakes. And like he said, they made one more than us. Yeah. And they were able to capitalize on that defensive play, turn it into 7 points, and that's where we're at right now at the half, 7-0 in favor of Northwest.
All right, Kenny, thank you so much. And we'll go to halftime and remind everybody to stick around. We'll have analysis and some scores maybe throughout the first half of everyone's games here in the area. We'll also have the Beyond the Bleachers, a halftime interview with Pam Cook that she put together for us. All that and more here at halftime, brought to you by Bell Stores, keeping the family on full. We'll be back right after these timeouts.
You can always score with Friends and Family Credit Union. For over 60 years, we have proudly served our community, providing financial services to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Stark County. Our focus is always you, the member. Whether it's a loan, savings, checking, or other financial services, visit one of our 3 locations, online or on our mobile app. We'll continue bringing friends into the family for generations.
Every other dealer is trying to sell you something. Not me. I want to buy your car. Trade it in or just sell it to me, top dollar. You might be surprised what it's worth. Check out this month's deals.
New 2026 Silverado's over 13 grand off, and new 2026 Equinox EV, 7.
I'm Craig Sanders at Progressive Chevrolet in Massillon, and I want to buy your car. I mean it.
Saturday Morning Huddle with Kenny Roda, Billy Beebe, and the WHBC sports team.
I'm afraid to ask this question because I think I know the answer, but I got to ask it anyways because we were discussing it after the game. Biggest regular season win for you in your time there at Massillon, beating the defending Division I state champion St. Edward's Eagles?
You know, everything right now is looking forward to week 6. You know, we got a big ball game next week, and Finch is a great team. They're 5-0, and we're excited to host.
That's what I thought. Coach, thanks for the time. We appreciate it. I'll say it. I think it's your biggest regular season win. Congratulations on that last night. Best of luck the rest of this season, and we'll talk again down the road, all right?
Catch us live on the W.
At Pella, we believe expertise matters. Did you know that when you replace your windows and doors, there are different installation options? Every home is unique. That's why we offer methods like pocket and full frame replacement. When we inspect the windows and doors you're replacing, we'll assess which installation option is best for you and your home. Plus, our work is backed by some of the best warranties in the business.
Pella windows and doors are on sale now. Schedule a free in-home consultation today.
This is Brian Bailey of Old Carolina Barbecue Company. It's pigskin time in Northeast Ohio, and you know that Old Carolina is the official barbecue of football. So if you've got plans to gather at a tailgate or in front of a big screen TV, be sure your buffet line is full of hearty party food. We've got tender hand-pulled pork to make all-pro sliders and hickory-smoked deep-fried wings that will score big points with your party guests. We're covering football fans at our 3 convenient locations in Canton, Massillon, and Alliance. Order online today at oldcarolina.com.
And welcome everyone to our first edition for the 2026 season of Beyond the Bleachers. I'm Pam Cook, and our very first YouTube game is being broadcast from Northwest High School, the Indians taking on the Alliance Aviators tonight. But basically, we wanted to take a quick peek into what's happening in the cross-country mode at Northwest. And I've been told good things about Joshua Conrad, who is the head cross-country coach. Welcome in, sir. How are you?
Hello. Happy to be here.
So first of all, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Josh Conrad. I'm a high school science teacher here at Northwest. I've been here. This is my 4th year in the school district, which it's flown by. My first year teaching, I took over the head coaching role for cross country, and I'm an assistant track coach also. And yeah, my time here has been awesome. Through college, I was substitute teaching. I substitute taught here a few times, fell in love with the district, found out that there was going to be a science teaching opening, found out there was going to be a cross country coaching opening, and it kind of worked out perfectly because I went to Walsh University for college and I ran there. And I was going there to be a science teacher, so it was kind of a match made in heaven.
Wow, it seems like it all fell in place for you, right?
Yeah, I feel very lucky.
So let's talk about the program. Like I said in the beginning, I have heard good things about the cross-country program, but tell me a little bit about it. Why do you think it's working so well right now?
Yeah. When we started 4 years ago, when I started as the head coach, high school, middle school, boys and girls, we had about 20 kids on the team. And this year our finalized roster has 59. So we've grown a lot. Yeah. And we found success in that. I feel like the culture has been on the up and up every year. But, to show that with our performance last year, we had some pretty extreme success, probably in the program's 50 years. Last year was probably the most successful season we've had. Our girls team and our boys team both qualified to the regional championships, which is the first time that they ever did it in the same year. And then our boys team ended up running their best race that I could ever dream of at the regional meet, and they qualified to the state championship last year.
That's awesome.
If you think about Northwest, you probably don't look at them as a large school, and we got unlucky with our divisional placement last year, and we were put in the Division II placement for the postseason. And that's with teams like, at the regional meet, we beat teams like Avon and Hoover and Massillon Perry. Wow. If you look at a school like Perry, which it's nothing against them, but they have over 500 kids in a class, and we graduated 160 last year.
Yeah.
So our boys team ran amazing at the regional meet. We got 6th place, beating teams like I spoke about in a race with 44 teams. And we ended up qualifying to the state championship. So that was pretty awesome.
Well, I bet last year is a great motivation for all of the runners this year, right?
Yeah. We have a lot of returners, a lot of young kids, young girls and young boys that are joining the team, and they're primed to run pretty good, and they're excited. We saw some success last year, and I think that's going to kind of push us forward for sure.
So talk about being a role model, because, a lot of times when you have coaches, that's what you become to these kids. Besides being a science teacher, I'm sure that's right up there too, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, I think the kids that I coach that I have in class, they're more interested in running than they are science a lot of the time. But yeah, coaching these kids is one of the best things that I've ever done in my life. If anybody knows anything about a cross country runner, most of the time they're pretty good kids. They're hard workers. They listen to the people that are in charge, and the kids that I coach, all 60 of them that I have this year, they make it pretty easy on me. I really, really enjoy it. So it's awesome.
And as I was told that the facilities have been upgraded or are being upgraded, is that right?
Yeah, if you come to the high school, for those who are coming on Friday, there's some major construction going on. We have a big athletic wing that's being introduced to the high school. That's going to have a weight room, a wrestling room, some locker rooms. That's going to be fantastic. Our annex and our track is getting resurfaced in the next year. And our football field has brand new turf on it. Our end zones are beautiful white right now, which is kind of different because they used to be red, and it looks awesome.
So I know you have 60 kids, but when you look at this season coming up, anyone you want to talk about?
Yeah, I definitely have a few that I could highlight. One of our returning boys, his name's Luka Novakovic. He was 10th in the state last year, and as a junior. He was third at the region. He ran an amazing race, and then he followed it up with his best race of his life, probably at the state championship, getting 10th place. He broke our school record last year, running 15:41 earlier in the season. And this is a 5,000 meter race on grass, so that's pretty fast. And then in track season, he ended up qualifying to the state meet in the mile and in the 2 mile. And then on the girls' side, we have some returners from last year, but I would like to highlight some incoming freshmen. Our middle school girls 4x8 last year ended up breaking our middle school record. But I'll tell you this statistic, and when I tell it to people, they don't really grasp it at first, or they get confused, or they think that what I said doesn't make sense or isn't right. But our middle school girls 4x8 ran faster than our high school girls school record.
Wow.
By over 20 seconds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
So our middle school girls 4x8, which is a distance relay and track, they ran 20 seconds faster than our high school record. So we have 3 of those girls that were on that team, including multiple other middle school girls that are going to contribute to the high school team that'll be freshmen this year. So our girls team, even though they were very successful last year, they're looking really good this year.
Yeah, the future is bright for sure.
Yeah. So both our boys and girls team are primed to have a pretty good season this year. So I'm excited for that.
All right. So for kids who hate science, what do you tell them?
Well, the kids that hate science, I tell them that they're going to have to take at least 3 years of it in high school, so they better get a good grade. They got to get through it somehow.
And honestly, I think people go in with there's a myth about science. You get in there and it actually is pretty fun.
Yeah. You try to make it hands-on. I teach environmental science, so we try to go outside as much as possible. I teach physical science, so we try to do a lab a week or something like that, get the kids doing as much hands-on stuff as possible.
And then I guess your athletes also got to balance that school and, being an athlete and also being a student, right?
Yeah. In my first 3 years of coaching, I've had 2 valedictorians and I've had many summa cum laudes. So the cross-country kids are, I think, everywhere, but especially here at Northwest, they're academically as strong as they are aerobically.
Well, we wish you the best of luck, sir. I can't wait to see how the season turns out for you.
I appreciate that a lot. It was really nice talking with you.
Yeah, you as well. Good luck. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
With Bell Store's Bell Buddy Rewards, you save in-store and at the pump. New members receive 20 cents off per gallon as a welcome gift. Everyday savings are made easy. Instantly enjoy 3 cents off per gallon just for being a member. When you spend $25 in store, unlock an extra 5 cents off per gallon on your next fill-up. Buy 5, get 1 free. Track your drinks and earn free coffee, fountain, icy, and espresso with drink clubs. So start saving today. Download the Bell Stores app and sign up for Bell Buddy Rewards.
Get your day started with Pam Cook. She's like your own personal smartphone, and she's fully charged. We're hands-free, news and information. 1480 WHBC.
Today's leftovers are tomorrow's hot dog toppings. The leftover dog. We Sugardale dog dare you. Yum, 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 yum.
2 leaders coming together for double the cancer expertise. The Aultman Cancer Center is proud to be affiliated with University Hospital's Seidman Cancer Center. Advanced treatment, compassionate care, right here for you. Aultman and UH bring you state-of-the-art cancer treatment close to home without unnecessary travel. Made possible with locations in Alliance and Canton, because our community deserves the very best.
It's Kenny and JT.
Can you lose one game and still play for a national championship? Yes.
No, not necessarily. You cannot lose a game in your division of the Big Ten.
He's got an opinion, and he has got an opinion. The Kenny and JT Show. Weekdays between 3 and 7 on WHBC.
Every other dealer is trying to sell you something. Not me. I want to buy your car. Trade it in or just sell it to me, top dollar. You might be surprised what it's worth. Check out this month's deals.
New 2026 Silverado's over $13,000 off, and new 2026 Equinox EV $7,000.
I'm Craig Sanders at Progressive Chevrolet in Massillon. and I want to buy your car. I mean it.
You can always score with Friends and Family Credit Union. A strong community brings people together. We believe a dependable financial resource is crucial for a strong community. That's why, in addition to our financial services, we support our neighbors whenever we can. Giving back to our community, we strive to be a part of the growth and success of our institutions, organizations, and neighbors. Because when they succeed, we succeed. We'll continue bringing friends into the family for generations.
And welcome back here to our Bell Stores halftime. As we look at the scoreboard, it's 7-0 Indians on top here over the Alliance Aviators. Frank Cilona, Thom McDaniels, Kenny Roda, and Big Bob Jeffries with us tonight. As always, we got a new crew this year with Kenny jumping on board, and we got some great games coming up throughout the season for you. Next week we'll be at Lake, Boardman at Lake. The following week we've got Wadsworth at Jackson. And then we get into that Federal League schedule, and we'll hit a lot of those games throughout the year as well. So, give you a quick scoreboard update here. Chippewa leads East Canton 9-0 at halftime. It is Louisville at halftime leading New Philadelphia 3-0. Warren Harding and McKinley over at Tom Benson tonight. The Bulldogs are up 14-0 at halftime. The Trinity Trojans lead Malvern 8-0 at halftime down in Malvern. It is East Liverpool. The Potters lead Carrollton 13-10. That one at halftime. United Local leading Minerva 14-7 at halftime. Indian Valley leads Greene 6-0. That one nearing halftime down in Jeanette Hutton. Hoover Vikings up 22-0 over the Bookville Griffins. And that one approaching halftime as well. The Lake Blue Streaks 7-0 in the second quarter over North Ridgeville, I should say. Gareway leads Canton South 7-0. That one at halftime. And Poland Seminary leads Salem by a score of 10-7. The Smithville Smithies lead Tuslaw over in Massillon 14-0. And one other one, Perry leads the Canton Central Catholic Crusaders 28-7 in that ball game. Oh, real quick here, Massillon and the Tarbletters of Glenville. I know that. I lost the score. Oh, it was. I'll get it for you here in a minute. But anyways, a few minutes left here before halftime ends. We'll turn it over to Coach McDaniels for the numbers of this first half. Coach?
A lot of very competitive, low-scoring games, based on what you just shared with our audience, and we've got that kind of a game here tonight. At halftime, it's Northwest 7, Alliance nothing. In terms of rushing, Alliance has rushed the ball for 55 yards, and Northwest has rushed it for 38. Alliance has passed for 18 yards, and Northwest has one completion, one attempt for 29 yards. Total yards for the day so far at half, 73 for Alliance and 67 for Northwest. Both teams have 4 first downs. Time of possession is close as it could be. 12 minutes, 13 seconds for Alliance and 11 minutes, 47 seconds for Northwest. Each team has 2 turnovers. Alliance has 3 penalties for 20 yards, and Northwest has 1 penalty for 5. Individual statistics for both teams. Quarterback Caden Sanders for Alliance has attempted 8 passes and completed 3 for 18 yards. They've called more than 8 passes, but he's chosen to scramble and escape on numerous occasions. Trevor Wilkes is the leading rusher for Alliance, 7 rushes, 41 yards. And Breon Edwards has 2 catches for 15 yards for Alliance. For Northwest individually, Braden Venables is 1 attempt, 1 completion, 29 yards. Josh Golke has rushed 3 times for 23 yards, and Jacob Garber 7 rushes for 15. And Ty Lipkins has the only catch of the day for Northwest for 29 yards.
All right, Coach, and that score I was looking for is 14-7 Massillon over Glenville right now in the first half of that ball game over in Tigertown. So that will give you up to date on scores. We're keeping an eye on Kenny down there. I think going to try to catch up with Tim Goodman. And Kenny, just let us know if you catch up with Coach. If not,
probably not, seeing that there's 1:40 left on the clock, guys. So,
okay.
Normally I give them about, there's a 5-minute mark. I've got time, but most of the time, especially when I'm sure he's going over quite a bit in that locker room.
Yeah,
after
they're not
all
back
the mistakes,
yet.
right? Yeah, in the first half. So we'll let him just walk to the sideline, and we'll grab the winning coach after the game.
All right, yeah. Someone let Alliance know that there's only a minute left. They're not back on the field yet. So, all right. Well, Coach, you had something else there you wanted to finish up.
The one significant play of the game so far resulted in the score, and that's the fumble recovery by Connor Stevenson of Northwest. Alliance tried a pass where they threw to the back in the flat, and Connor Stevenson tipped the ball, and it was a backward pass, and then recovered in the end zone for the score. Extra point by Cooper was good, but that's the best play of the day, and it results in our halftime score of 7-0 in Northwest favor.
Yeah, right now that is our Hammersmith Insurance key play replay play of the game, and don't forget to stick around in our post game tonight. We'll mention what that key play replay is. Right now that is winning, and also we'll have our player of the game brought to you by Old Carolina Barbecue, the official barbecue of football, and so much more. Try to get you some scores throughout the night as well. Remind you that our radio game tonight is over at Tom Benson Stadium. Warren Harding and Canton McKinley. The Bulldogs on top of that one here going into halftime. Dan Belford, Mark Miller, Ethan Jenkins, and Denny Kincaid on the call over there at Benson. And our stream game just down the road from each other is Central Catholic at Perry. John Bazika and George Bazika, along with Scott Garcia, bringing that one to you as well. So we got you covered here on a Friday night with WHBC, our 82nd year. Can you believe that? 82 years we've been doing this. What a accomplishment, and it's so great to be with an organization, certainly, that's been the leader all those years. And
you know what I love, Frank?
Yeah.
Our analyst tonight, legendary coach Thom McDaniels. Radio team.
I love him too.
I know. Radio team, NFL quarterback Mark Miller. Now joining, the Bazika boys. Recently retired head coach Scotty Garcia, one of the few coaches who can say, I beat Massillon and McKinley in the same year, right? So we don't mess around. We want to bring you the experts who can call the game. We set it up for them and let them do their thing from their years of experience. So we're very lucky to have those guys with us.
Yeah, you're darn right.
I was part of Scott's coaching staff the year that we did that.
Nice. That's a heck of a feat right there, Coach. And you know that better than anybody. So
it was back-to-back weeks, too.
Really?
Yeah,
see, I didn't know that. Wow. Yep. That's impressive. It really is. We reached out to Scotty. We were joking with him. He's like, yeah, I'll do some games. Okay, on board. So, he's got to be close to it, I guess, in some way, shape, or form, especially with the misses. He can't be home too much, right? She'll kick him out anyways because he'll be bothering her too much. So, great to have him on board, and he'll bring a lot to that game with John and George.
Yeah, he sure will. I've had the pleasure of working with Scott a few times over the years, and he does a great job, and it's a great addition to our WHBC team. So lucky to have him, lucky to have Coach over here, and it's makes our job a lot easier.
It does. It really does. And the great thing, too, and I'm happy to be joining you guys on YouTube this year, is for games that aren't Federal League against Federal League, right? These are all going to be live. So look at our schedule. If it's not a Federal League matchup against each other, it will be a live broadcast. When it is Federal League against Federal League teams in starting week 4, then if we're doing their game, you'll watch it on a tape delay basis, or as soon as the game's over, you'll be able to check it out. Casey and his staff do a phenomenal job of getting that up and ready for everybody to check out. So a lot of fun. Like you said, 82 years. Hard to believe that we've been doing it in some way, shape, or form. 82 years at WHBC.
That is, quite an accomplishment, and certainly we really enjoy what we do.
I'm thrilled to be involved because it allows me to still do football.
Yeah.
It's not the same as I did for the majority of years, but no, I'm still doing football.
Coach, you're undefeated with us. You haven't lost a game yet. No other coach can say that.
I don't know about that.
Hey, now.
I'm not sure I can identify what a win is in the business I'm doing now and what a loss is.
You're putting up with us. That's a win on your part.
Okay, now it makes sense to me. Yes.
You haven't killed me yet in the last, 4 years now that we've been doing this?
Yeah, I'm not capable of that.
But we certainly love having you, Coach. And
okay, Alliance, you wanted the football to begin the second half, and
yeah, they get it.
You're going to get it.
They're going to get it.
And we're going to see here if maybe a really good kick return would shorten the field for you and allow you to get a score.
So here's the kick, and it it got past the return man. He's got to go all the way back. That is Brisker to the 3-yard line, and he is covered up right at the 5-yard line. That one scooted through, and he had to go back and get it.
Special team miscues.
Oh,
oh my.
Kenny, if there's one thing I learned in the years I've worked with Coach up here, boy, special teams is certainly one of the most important aspects of this game. And if you don't field a punt in the air,
yep,
I may have to run the press box.
Hey, Jim Tressel used to get laughed at for saying the punt is one of the most important plays in all of football. Where else can you get 40 yards on every play?
Yeah.
Special teams matter, and Mike Nugent helped him win a national championship in 2002.
That's right.
Kicking the football.
That's right. And here they are handing it off, and Wilkes, not much.
Nope, not much.
As Logan came up and made that play.
What do you do?
Linebacker.
What do you do when you're backed up, to your own goal line? Well, Alliance is doing what they did the first half.
Yeah.
Got two backs in the backfield, and they're running off tackle, faking the run off tackle, and the quarterbacks kept the ball on some design quarterback runs. And an occasional pass, and some of those passes ended up in run plays because the quarterback scrambled.
There's a pass, and that one is tipped at the line of scrimmage and knocked down. And that's just an incomplete pass. I don't know.
That's it.
Not sure why they were going after that so aggressively,
I'll tell
but it
you
was
why,
incomplete.
Frank.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's anytime the ball is loose, you wait to hear the whistle from the official to say it. So I like the instincts of the defense. Hey, if it's a ball that's batted down and you haven't heard the whistle, go get it.
Yeah, I didn't hear a whistle. That's a good point. All right, 3rd down and 10 for the Aviators, and they're at their own 5-yard line. Maybe the 6. Sanders directing traffic, and we've got motion. They're going to go back to about the 3-yard line now. Well, Coach, it's a big defensive stand right now for Northwest. If they can stop them here, force the punt, they could get really, really good field position.
You should be able to put a man in motion and then snap the ball at the appropriate time and run your play. That's unfortunate.
Kenny mentioned Coach Tressel, and boy, that year they won the national championship, it was field position, field position, field position. They fought for that so much, and it certainly helps. There's Sanders going to run the ball, and he's short of the first down. Ball came loose, but it was marked down at about the 12-yard line. So Aviators will have to punt it away, and I'm going to guess the Indians are going to catch this probably inside the 50-yard line.
The penalty prevented that run from being a first down.
Yeah. Yep.
Right now, Alliance is trying to overcome themselves.
As they say, they're getting in their own way, right?
Yeah, they are.
So Sanders is going to punt it away. And that's a wobbly kick. And picked up at the 40. Fair catch called for by Venables.
Good decision. Good decision.
So the Indians will start at the Alliance Aviators 40-yard line. I want to remind everybody to check out the Saturday Morning Huddle. It's back this season with your host Kenny Roda and John Bazika, plus Ethan Jenkins is going to contribute to the show as well, live Saturday morning at 10 a.m. on Facebook and YouTube. It's, once again, the most popular high school football show around with live player and coaches interviews, highlights, and more. Venable's going to throw left, and he was better off not catching it. I think Lipkins did drop it, so it would have been a loss of about a yard, but it's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, the key to the success of that play is an accurate throw. Mm-hmm. It's not a difficult throw, but you want to give the ball to the receiver where he doesn't have to stoop for it or leave his feet to catch it, and then you've got a chance at a gain. But that was an inaccurate throw that didn't allow that to happen.
There is a running play, and that is Josh Golke, who came in that second quarter and picked up a few carries, and he has stayed in there. He, Garber, and Stevenson have pretty much carried the load.
Number 75, 6'2", 330-pound Jayden Lott made that tackle. Host of other aviators helped get him on the ground, but he had first contact.
Massillon up now 17-6 on Glenville at halftime. Here's Griffin in motion. Venable's going to throw. Steps up, heaves it, and trying to get to the football was Aboutin, and he couldn't get there, and pass interference is going to be called on Demir Jones.
We had another jump ball opportunity.
Yeah. Here's the replay for you as kind of lofted that up there, and, yep, absolutely. Interference called.
Yeah, he wasn't making an attempt to catch the ball.
But, Coach, don't you love that in a really awkward way, meaning, hey, instead of giving up the touchdown, right, it's only 15 yards in high school, so you tell your D-back if you're beat, you take the penalty, right?
Yes, I'm not certain that thought process occurred during that play.
Well, it is a first down at the 23-yard line for the Indians, and they're trying to put another score on the board here. They lead at 7-0. Golke in motion. Venables throwing left. Has a receiver. That's Lipkins. And a nice defensive play there, actually, by the Aviators. Coming up is Amir Burt making that stop.
Number 5?
Yep.
Open field tackle on perhaps Northwest's most elusive receiver.
Right.
You don't throw that pass to a guy who isn't elusive.
Second down and real short, 1 yard. Venables. I would look for Garber right here to grab this one. And
Procedure.
Venables going to keep it. Yep. Flags are down, and that is going to be the call. You're right.
Yep, movement on the left side of Northwest's line prior to the snap. Ouch.
So it'll move them back 5. Well, the way that Garber, Stevenson, and Golke have been running the football, I would think that in 2 downs you can pick this up. Garber. Now Venable's going to keep it. He's got running room inside the 15 to about the 11 or 12-yard line. Looks like about the 12 is where they're going to say his knee went down.
One of the 2 running backs went the wrong way.
He
wanted to hand the ball to somebody, and nobody meshed with the quarterback so the exchange could be made. So he made something out of nothing.
So it is 1st and 10 at the 12 now for the Indians. Venables hands it off. That's Garber. And Garber inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line. Nice little bit of running there.
10, Dylan Stevenson, and number 20.
A big season ahead. In each game, we will select our Old Carolina Barbecue Player of the Game. Find out all the details at WHBC.com and WHBCSports.com. We've got an injury down on the field. Looks like one of the Alliance players trying to stretch out a cramp. Kenny, looks like he's down there in front of you. Is that what that is?
Cash Brisker.
Yep.
And I don't know if you've got a good enough shot. I can't see what you're looking at, but check out his shoes if you do. He paid some cash for those shoes. They're bedazzled, I think, is a good way to describe the shoes he's wearing. Bedazzled shoes on the football field, and he's getting those shoes and that ankle and leg bent back to try and stretch out. This is the first one, though, of the night, right, guys?
Yep.
We haven't had cramps up to this point, so not bad with 7:34 left in the third quarter.
And we wouldn't have that one if Frank hadn't brought it up and mentioned it earlier in the game.
All right, well, let's get a look at those shoes. There we go. Yeah, you can see the glitter.
Bedazzled, Frank.
Bedazzled,
bedazzled,
okay.
Yeah.
Bedazzled, that's the word of the day.
Yes.
Okay, bedazzled. Well, he is okay. He's walking it off, a little cramp there, but more importantly, the Indians have a 2nd down and 7 from the 9.
2nd down and 7.
And can get a first down.
They can. Here's a handoff. That is Garber again, and he's inside the 5 to about the 3-yard line. Jacob Garber has been the workhorse. Here's a look at that, Coach. Good blocking up front that time.
Individual stats.
So it'll bring up 3rd down and 2 now from the 4-yard line. Here's Garber again, pushing forward into the end zone, touchdown. Jacob Garber from 4 yards out puts the Indians back on the scoreboard. Here's a look at that one, and Coach, pretty much helmet on helmet.
Yep, run the lead play. Yep, back on the left, leads on a second-level player, and hand the ball to the back on the right, and they get a score.
Cooper out to attempt the extra point. And the kick is up and good. They had a little trouble with the hold, but he got it down.
And it's not good.
Oh, they say no good?
No, they said no good. They
Okay.
waved it off.
All right, waved off. And that makes our score Northwest 13 and Alliance nothing. We'll take a timeout and be back right after this.
2 leaders coming together for double the cancer expertise. The Aultman Cancer Center is proud to be affiliated with University Hospital's Seidman Cancer Center. Advanced treatment, compassionate care, right here for you. Aultman and UH bring you state-of-the-art cancer treatment close to home without unnecessary travel. Made possible with locations in Alliance and Canton, because our community deserves the very best.
Today's leftovers are tomorrow's hot dog toppings. The leftover dog. We Sugardale dog dare you. Yum, 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 yum.
Back here at Smiley Stadium, and the Indians of Northwest back on the scoreboard. They lead it by a score of 13-0. And here's Coach with that fresh mark Sugardale scoring drive.
Northwest took possession of the ball on the 40-yard line, and they marched to a score in 7 plays at 6:44 of the third quarter. Time of possession was 3 minutes and 37 seconds, and it was a 4-yard TD run by Jacob Garber. Extra point was wide left, and we have a 13-0 score as a result.
Brisker now with the run back. Gets to about the 30, and there's just a big scrum pushing him forward.
All 22 players.
He got 5. Yeah, all 22.
All 22 players are in that scrum.
He got 5 yards by getting pushed forward.
At this point, Alliance needs explosive plays. They need big plays, massive amounts of yardage on a couple of plays, I think, in order to score.
Well, that's one thing that the Indians just have not done is they've not given up the big play. They have it's not a bend but don't break. It's just they haven't given up a whole lot of big chunks of yards. That three-man front with Davis, Boyette, and Stevenson. And around the edge, and a nice defensive play coming up and making a stop was Connor Stevenson on the play. Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, and Brisker is down. That was a tough tackle right there. Kenny, one of the things that I always enjoy when I'm down working the sidelines is just hearing the action and almost feeling it. I mean, is that kind of what you're feeling tonight as far as the hitting? They're hitting live tonight for the first time. They really haven't had a chance to go at it, and maybe they're letting out some frustrations from all those practices over the summer.
I was expecting more of that, too. It's almost a little subdued. Maybe it's the inexperience, right?
Yeah.
But now that you're up 13-0, you're playing with more confidence, right? Alliance hasn't been able to score now in, 2 quarters in about 6 minutes, and they've got to score 2 touchdowns in the final quarter and a half. So if you're Northwest, continue to play this defense, keep everything in front of you, and the field position battle. Coach, I look at that before the game when Coach DeMarco told me we've got to win that on special teams, not necessarily scoring a touchdown on a kick return, but the field position. And sure enough, that last touchdown, fair catch a punt right near midfield, and you're able to go in and put another touchdown on the board, the first offensive touchdown of the game. So I think Coach kind of expected a low-scoring game today and understood that.
How many plays did that last possession?
For Northwest?
Yes. What did we say?
It was 9 plays.
9 plays, 40
yards? Well, 9
yards?
plays counting the penalties, so 7 actual snaps. But, yeah, that short field position was set up by that mishandled kickoff. So.
Based on what we knew about these two teams from conversations with coaches and things that we read in the paper, there's a bunch of kids on both sides starting their first ever football game tonight.
Yeah, you're right.
Because they had significant losses, both teams through graduation, and they're playing like that, and they'll be better because of it. Because whatever experience they have in this game tonight is the most experience that some of them have had as varsity football players. So hopefully they'll benefit from the experience.
Well, Cash Brisker walked off under his own power. He should be all right. Let's hope. There's Sanders going to throw deep, looking downfield, and overthrows is the intended receiver, Brenyon Edwards.
See, there's the big play that they needed.
Yeah.
Because he separated from the defender. And if the ball was catchable and if he caught it, they need explosive plays because I don't know if they're capable of taking the ball from the 35-yard line, and going 65 yards for the score.
And Edwards just took a seat at about the 28-yard line, and he's got a cramp. So
this is your fault. This is your fault.
I should have never said anything.
Contagious now, Frank. Thanks.
I'm keeping cramp stats, and that's 4 on Alliance.
Years ago when Joe Palmisano used to work with us, he used to do that. He used to record how many timeouts for cramps that they would have, and he was always pushing the pickle juice.
I tried the pickle juice. In fact, one year at our preseason banquet, I bought some online, and I gave every coach a shot of pickle juice. You crack it open, and you take a shot of it. And Scotty Garcia loved it. He was like, that tasted good. And I'm like, Scotty, there's something wrong with you. That doesn't taste good. He goes, I like pickles. I'm like, okay, well. So pickle juice, mustard. The old days, it was salt tablets, different things to try.
Well, my answer to that was to hydrate well before game time, 2-3 days in advance. And we had a problem with that when I went to Warren Harding, and so my solution was, if you cramped, you're coming out of the game, and I'm not putting you back in.
Oh, wow.
And the cramps went away.
You were
Minus
tough.
the pickle juice.
You got their attention that way, right? What did Bobby Knight say? The quickest way to get through to a basketball player's is rear end on the bench, right, Coach?
Yeah. Playing time matters.
Yep.
That tough Thom McDaniels down there.
No. It's just you have a situation, you got to find a way to deal with it. And I'm not saying that was the right way or the wrong way, but I got a good result. So
yeah.
I'd do it again.
Whatever gets to him, right? Got to get the point across. Well, they're still tending to Edwards. We'll take a timeout real quick and come back. 5:57 to go here in the third. 13-0 Northwest. We'll be back.
This is Brian Bailey of Old Carolina Barbecue Company. It's pigskin time in Northeast Ohio, and you know that Old Carolina is the official barbecue of football. So if you've got plans to gather at a tailgate or in front of a big screen TV, be sure your buffet line is full of hearty party food. We've got tender hand-pulled pork to make all-pro sliders and hickory-smoked deep-fried wings that will score big points with your party guests. We're covering football fans at our 3 convenient locations in Canton, Massillon, and Alliance. Order online today at oldcarolina.com.
Get your day started with Pam Cook. She's like your own personal smartphone, and she's fully charged. We're hands-free, news and information. 1480 WHBC.
3rd and 10 now for the Aviators. And Sanders back to throw. Blitz is on, and he goes down in the backfield. Great play call there defensively by the Indians, sending the blitz in. And that was 22, Vance Vargas coming in.
When you call deep pass plays, the quarterback has to hold the ball longer, and the line has to pass protect longer. And they failed in that attempt.
So 4th down, kicking situation. Sanders
Oh
off
my.
the side of his foot, but it rolls to about midfield. So about a 23-yard kick. Is that right, Bob?
Yep, 23 yards.
Bob Jeffrey's our statistician this year again. And how many years you been doing this now?
I started in 1998, so quite a few.
Wow.
It's not 82 years, but it's close.
No. I've been here 33.
It doesn't seem that long, though. I mean,
yeah.
These seasons
Are you
go
counting
fast.
time where you listened to WHBC as a kid?
No, I was helping out on the sideline back in '98 when you won your 2nd state championship in a row.
There's a handoff to Garber. we reference things by your state championships, Coach.
Yeah, well.
It's not a bad thing to reference.
No.
So no gain that time from the running play from Garber. Brings up 2nd down now and 10. Clock running, 4:45 here in the 3rd quarter. Man in motion now is Stevenson. They're going to throw that way. Wide receiver screen coming forward is Abutin.
Well defended.
Yeah, it was.
We got another cramp from Alliance. Number 1.
It's his 2nd one.
3rd for Brisker. 3rd time he's been.
Is it 3rd? Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Maybe it's the shoes. Maybe he bedazzled them too much, huh?
Bedazzled. He's in some serious pain. I hate that when those cramps.
I used to get them after a basketball game in high school.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get them during the game because I tried to hydrate in that, but I'd be sleeping at night, 1 or 2 in the morning, and just wake up screaming. I mean, it was just so bad, and there's nothing you can do. And it's hard to, stretch them out yourself. You need teammates or trainers like that, and it's a horrible feeling.
Yeah.
That's an ugly way to wake up.
It is.
It is. Oh, yeah. Well, he's going to got the trainer out there trying to stretch it out. Remind everybody, next Friday night, we will be at Lake. Boardman Spartans and the Lake Blue Streaks from Blue Streak Stadium up in Hartville. And always enjoy going up there. They
It's a nice setting.
Yes, it really
nice
is.
Stadium setting, I think.
Yep.
And Dan DeGeorge with his son
Yeah.
back healthy this year. He started out on fire last year. He had 10 touchdowns in like the first 2 or 3 weeks, and then had that ankle injury, and then somehow, some way, was able to make it back at the end of the season and still play. So kudos, to him. Senior year back, and they're going to use him like a Swiss Army knife all over the field on offense, defense, and special teams. So I'm looking forward to that matchup as well.
Oh, absolutely, and good luck to Ty this year. I know it was frustrating for him last year to miss that time. But speaking of the Blue Streaks, they are up 14-0 at halftime against North Ridgeville.
Nice.
And Hoover's up 25-0 at halftime over Buchtel. Get you some other scores here while we're waiting. No changes in Perry and Central, still 28-7 there. The Perry Panthers on top. Louisville 3-0 at halftime over New Philadelphia. I bet that's a great ball game over in Louisville tonight.
I'm curious to see how Spencer Leno does in year number 2. And, he had a nice year in his first year taking over, changing the style and philosophy there now, and his system is in place. So, we'll see how things go in year number 2 for Spence. I really was impressed with the job he did in his first year.
Yep, really. I agree, Kenny. I think Spence can do a great job over there. And I do want to send a shout-out to the Perry football team because, as many of you know, I work for the Better Business Bureau, and we do a shred event every year over at Central Catholic High School in the spring. And Spencer, the last 2 years, has brought his football team over to help us with the event. And, those kids, they take a lot of work away from us, which is great because they pick up those boxes and dump them in the shredders. And we can't thank those guys enough. And thank you to the Perry football team for helping us out. So I wanted to shout out to Spence and the team for that as well.
Hey, last night, 2 quarterbacks made a difference, didn't they, for the 2 winning teams in Stark County? Carter Mulliman for Jackson threw for over 250 yards and 3 touchdowns, and Mikey Ritterbeck threw for about $170, but only 3 incompletions, and he accounted for 5 total touchdowns, 3 in the air, 2 on the ground.
Yeah.
And I can tell you this, Jay Rohr and A.J. Sarbaugh will both join us tomorrow morning on the Saturday Morning Huddle. We have A.J. scheduled at 10:10, and Jay Rohr will come out closer to the bottom of the hour tomorrow, depending on, I think he's got a game to watch or something like that. So those are 2 coaches for sure we already know that'll be on the Saturday Morning Huddle, and then John Bazika, Ethan Jenkins, and I will be working the phones tonight to add more coaches to that show tomorrow, beginning at 10 a.m. live on Facebook and on the WHBC YouTube channel.
Yep, great stuff. Thank you, Kenny, for that. Hey, how about Glen Oak? They're tied now with Dover. That game is at Dover, and it's 14-all in the third quarter. And
is Danny If still the head coach at Dover?
No.
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
He left 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
And how about Matt Dennison in his first year there on opening night?
That's right.
They're right in the thick of things. Nice to see.
All right, here we go. Back to live action. 4:07 and moving here in the third quarter. It's a big 3rd down and 9. There's a running play. Garber has it, has the first down and much more inside the 30 to the 25-yard line. Jacob Garber with a big burst of energy and a first down for the Indians.
What do you do in a 3rd and 9 situation? You hand it to the big back and let him run off tackle for a big gain.
Darn right. That was a Keith Wakefield call right there. Keith does that with 3rd and 39. He would have done that. And get it.
Oh, my goodness.
And get it. Here's another handoff.
Oh,
that one
goodness.
stopped at the line of scrimmage.
And after that play, Frank, remember earlier you asked about the emotion on the sidelines?
Yes.
That's the most emotion I've seen since being over here on the sidelines. I almost got run down in the pregame show, and I almost got run down right there, too, on the sidelines. So the guys feeling it right now, up 13-0 with 3:28 left here in the third quarter, and we've got another player down for cramps.
Oh, jeez.
That's number 6.
Bob's got a separate spot on his stat sheet now for that. So, well, it'll give me time then to get another read in here for you as we let you know about our Progressive Chevy and Progressive Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram scoreboard show with Brian Novak coming up after all the ball games here tonight. Catch up on scores from around the area and Ohio. You can also do that at WHBCSports.com. So check in with Brian here after the broadcasts, and he'll have all that information for you. He's got from scores from all over the state as well. And then also want to mention Canton's Morning News. You know what you need when you wake up in the morning. You need Pam Cook and Canton's Morning News. Pam and news anchor Jim Michaels bring you the latest weekdays from 5:30 a.m. to 10 a.m., and you'll be entertained as well. You can listen on air, online, or on Alexa. And our own Kenny Roda with the score sports updates throughout the morning.
Yeah, I'll keep everybody up to date on who the quarterback is for the Cleveland Browns every other week.
Yeah, and the Browns have their second preseason game at home against Buffalo Saturday.
Yep, tomorrow 1 o'clock right here on WHBC. Yep. Shedeur Sanders getting the start in that game as scheduled. Deshaun Watson scheduled to play in the third quarter of that one. Both quarterbacks got time yesterday in the 7-on-7 and the 11-on-11s against the Buffalo Bills.
Mm-hmm. Was there was that the game there was a big fight that broke out? I saw something. I'm trying to think which two-team scrimmage they had recently.
New Orleans and Dallas had 6.
Is that what it was?
6 fights.
Yeah.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
the one guy for New Orleans, his dad is a WWE Hall
Steiner,
of Famer.
Scott Steiner.
Yeah, he body slammed out of the Cowboys.
Yeah, I saw that.
He what do you call that move in wrestling?
Suplex.
Yes, he suplexed him, and yeah, boy, did the horns blow when that happened. You know that the cramps are contagious.
I believe it now.
I'm staying as far away as possible.
I'm just saying that. Yep.
Tom, where are Josh and Ben this week?
Do
you know?
Ben, they played last night.
Yeah, I saw their game.
Oh, that's
last
right. That was
night.
last night.
Yeah, and CJ was in for the first possession.
Okay.
And that resulted in a score.
Nice.
And then Davis Mills finished, the quarterback play for Houston in the first half.
Okay.
And Josh plays on Saturday.
Okay. So they're tomorrow night.
Yeah.
I was talking to you before the game, Coach. A.J. Brown, that's a nice little weapon for Josh to have now, right?
Yeah. They got a talented receiver room, and they can't keep everybody they want to keep, and so there's going to be a pretty good football player that gets let go. And there's great competition in that receiver room right now.
And I will say this, too, guys. For the first time in a while, maybe since OBJ and Jarvis Landry played together, I'm excited about the two young receivers that the Browns have in Burke and in Concepcion. Both of those guys have had good training camps, and Concepcion, it's translated to the field. I think last week in that preseason game, he touched it 5 times on a punt return, an end around, and 3 catches for 72 yards and their only touchdown. So finally, some wide receivers that give Browns fans some hope.
Is Burke the speedster, the guy that's the...
No, he's the bigger target.
Oh, okay.
Concepcion is the game breaker.
Okay, all right, well, young man needed some help off the field, so hope he's all right. 2nd down and 10 now for the Indians at the 25-yard line, and we've got motion, or actually the Aviators jumped
56.
Offside. Yep.
56. Xavier Lilly, a little impatient there.
Don't forget again to stay tuned for our Key Play Replay brought to you by Hammersmith Insurance at the end of tonight's ball game. There's a high snap. Venables brings it in. There's Aberdeen. And Abutine takes it out at about the 15-yard line.
climbed the ladder to make that catch, didn't
Just short of the first down, yep. Marked him out at the 16. So 3rd and 1 now for the Indians, and Jacob Garber's in there.
Yeah, what do you think they're going to do?
I'm going to guess he or Stevenson. I'm going to go with Garber.
Wrong.
And guess what? They gave it to Stevenson, and he breaks a tackle inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line. Great running there by Connor Stevenson.
Really good push, by Northwest on the right side of that offensive line.
And guys, I'll tell you what.
Gavin Davis, Boyette.
This trio of Garber, Stevenson, and Golke might be a nice weapon for the Indians all season long. There's Venables going to throw it out to Abutine. Abutine breaks a tackle but can't get away. It was Lipkins with the catch. So they will mark him. They lose a yard, didn't he?
No game.
The 8.
It's a matter of
you say no game.
Game.
I'll go by you.
Making people aware on first down there that they're going to throw the ball occasionally,
They
too.
got to hurry. There goes the play clock is at 0. And I don't know if Northwest got the timeout. All right, timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. 1:44 to go here in the 3rd. Indians up 13-0. We'll be back.
With Bell Store's Bell Buddy Rewards, you save in-store and at the pump. New members receive 20 cents off per gallon as a welcome gift. Everyday savings are made easy. Instantly enjoy 3 cents off per gallon just for being a member. When you spend $25 in store, unlock an extra 5 cents off per gallon on your next fill-up. Buy 5, get 1 free. Track your drinks and earn free coffee, fountain, icy, and espresso with drink clubs. So start saving today. Download the Bell Stores app and sign up for Bell Buddy Rewards.
We've all had a foot long, but who amongst us has had the courage to attempt a foot high? Stack it high. We Sugardale dog dare you. Yum, 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 yum.
8:51.
Back here at Northwest. 1:44 to go here in the 3rd. And Northwest knocking on the door. They have it 2nd down and goal from the 8. And they are looking over to the sidelines. I'm not sure what this is. Kenny, do you know?
I moved to the end zone to try and get a good video shot in the end zone, so I'm not sure what this is.
Okay.
Unless it's an equipment issue, I'm not sure.
They're all looking at the sidelines. Well, they're getting the players are getting their play, but I'm not sure what
they changed the clock.
Okay.
It's at 1:34 now. It was at 1:44.
Alrighty. So they have the offensive play in, and Venables between the 2 running backs, Garber and Stevenson. That is Lipkins in motion, and here's the handoff to Garber, and Garber trying to fight for some yardage. Not a whole lot there. He might have got back to the line of scrimmage, and that was it.
Tackle made by number 56, Xavier Lilly.
So to bring up 3rd down.
And goal, right?
And goal, yep. I looked at the scoreboard. It still had 2, but it is 3rd now. Taking a long time to get the play in, but they got plenty of time. Only about 12 seconds on the clock, play clock here. Venables is ready, puts a man in motion. Now he's going to roll right. Flags are thrown. Venables looking, still looking, and then he spikes it into the ground to avoid the sack, but there is a flag on the play. Is that a procedure penalty, Coach?
I believe it is.
Yeah. Or illegal shift, maybe?
Yep.
Yeah, they're going to decline it, though.
4th down, right?
Yep.
The penalty called against Northwest.
So it'll bring up 4th down now. And the Indians not hesitating. They're going to go for it.
Well, the kickers, I was just going to
Or
say.
maybe not.
He's beside the assistant coach, ready to go on the field.
And
he had a tee in his hand. So
Noah Cooper made his way out there.
Excuse me.
And Cooper's going to attempt a 25-yard field goal attempt. And everything snap, kick, up, and it is good. So with 39 seconds remaining here in the third, the Indians have taken now a 16-point lead. They lead it 16-0 over the Alliance Aviators. We'll be back after these timeouts.
2 leaders coming together for double the cancer expertise. The Aultman Cancer Center is proud to be affiliated with University Hospital's Seidman Cancer Center. Advanced treatment, compassionate care, right here for you. Aultman and UH bring you state-of-the-art cancer treatment close to home without unnecessary travel. Made possible with locations in Alliance and Canton. Because our community deserves the very best.
Grant wishes for local kids with life-threatening illnesses. Join us for the 19th annual Wishes Can Happen Wish-a-thon.
Wishes can happen, thanks to you.
On the road to $3 million in donations. Donate today.
Back here at Northwest, and the Indians back on the scoreboard with a 25-yard field goal. We'll have the entire scoring drive here for you in a second after this kick. And this one's going to be taken at about the 10-yard line. Across the 30, 35, and a nice return there from Breon Edwards.
Very nice.
And Coach McDaniels has our Freshmark Sugardale scoring drive. Freshmark Sugardale, predictably delicious since 1920.
With 38 seconds remaining in the third quarter, Northwest scored on a drive consuming 4 minutes and 32 seconds in 10 plays. 25-yard field goal by Noah Cooper, and that gives them, Northwest, the lead 16-0 over Alliance with 31 seconds left in the third quarter.
Glen Oak and Dover still tied at 14. That one in the third quarter. There is a running play, and not a whole lot, about 3 yards from Wilkes on the carry. Trevor, a 5'11 junior, 195 pounds.
Oh, no.
And we've got a lineman down now.
This looks like a knee injury rather than a
that's
cramp.
what he was grabbing. Well, let's hope it's just a cramp.
Oh,
it
boy.
is. Yeah, the way they're
That's
stretching
7.
him out.
7 cramps, 5 time stoppages.
We had none in the first half, did we?
Until you said something.
I had to say something.
And the officials doing it by the book, but they could have let the quarter run out while he got attended to, but they stopped the clock here.
Okay.
And when he does walk off, then they'll start it, and we'll head to the fourth quarter.
Yep. I'll give you some scores here real quick. Updates. Hoover over Bookdale 32-0 right now in the third quarter. McKinley up on Warren Harding 20-0 third quarter. It is Indian Valley 30, Green 6. Perry has added another touchdown. It's 35-7 over Central Catholic. Massillon and Glenville. That's a good one right now. 17-12, the Tigers over Glenville in the third quarter. And let's see what else we have for you here. Canton South trailing Gareway. Last we heard it was 13-0 at halftime there. St. Thomas Aquinas, oh boy. Denny Kincaid's not going to be happy. Strasburg 34, St. Thomas nothing. That one at halftime.
I wonder if St. Thomas's numbers are up.
They have, Denny told me last night, I think they have 28 players.
Same as Spider at East Canton.
Correct.
That seems to be the magic number for the smaller schools.
Yeah, Sandy Valley had 32 last night. Smithville over Tuslaw, 21-0. That one in the fourth quarter.
Frank, how good did Fairless look last night, or was it a combination of Sandy Valley still rebuilding and Fairless played pretty well?
Yeah, I think it was. I mean, don't want to take anything away from Fairless. Mikey Ritterbeck looked good. The running back looked good. They've got a big offensive lineman, number 75. I can't think of his name, but he's the one that's going to Bowling Green. He looked really good last night. Yeah, Fairless is going to win some ball games this year. I mean, AJ's got some players, and they do a great job with the coaching. Sandy's down again this year. Their numbers are down. They're young, but Fairless took care of business last night like they should have.
And now the clock will wind down, and we'll get to the fourth quarter.
There we go, and it is 0-0 as the third quarter ends. We'll take a timeout, 16-0 Northwest on top. We'll be back for the fourth quarter right after this.
You can always score with Friends and Family Credit Union. For over 60 years, we have proudly served our community, providing financial services to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Stark County. Our focus is always you, the member. Whether it's a loan, savings, checking, or other financial services, visit one of our 3 locations, online or on our mobile app. We'll continue bringing friends into the family for generations.
At Pella, we believe expertise matters. Did you know that when you replace your windows and doors, there are different installation options? Every home is unique. That's why we offer methods like pocket and full frame replacement. When we inspect the windows and doors you're replacing, we'll assess which installation option is best for you and your home. Plus, our work is backed by some of the best warranties in the business.
Pella windows and doors are on sale now. Schedule a free in-home consultation today.
Down at the 5-yard line, little trickery, if you will. Sanders to Brisker to Edwards.
Ty Lipkins with the touchdown-saving tackle. He never gave up on the play.
No, great effort on his part.
Wow.
He chased it down from 20 yards behind.
And all the coaches, screaming words of encouragement to him for saving that touchdown because, let's be honest, Alliance has had trouble moving the football, so they've got to get 5 more yards here.
Yeah, that was the one big play. And they did give that one up and puts Alliance within striking distance.
Well, if they can score, following that reception, that's what they needed is explosive plays because they're just not ready to take the ball the length of the field in 12 or 15 plays.
Yep. Flags are down. You got a movement. That's where you, as a young team, mistakes like that will really hurt you.
Penalty 7 for Alliance, and that's 4 here in the second half.
Penalties you're talking about?
Yeah, 7 for Alliance, 48 yards.
Every one of them fatal.
All right, Sanders. Boy, they're really tight in that backfield. They're real close to each other, all 3 of them. Sanders going to keep it this time. That was designed. Coach, I guess I'm not really understanding why they're so tight in the backfield. Is there a reason why? Do you know? Or well, they're like shoulder to shoulder almost.
That's a design quarterback run, and he's in the middle of the 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got a front side back part of the blocking unit and the backside back. He has to cut his split. I can understand why the backside back in order to get in front of the quarterback.
Yep. Now this time he's on the end, so he might be looking for 2 lead blockers here. They both go that way, and here's a swing pass to Wilkes. Wilkes gets the corner, and he got to about the 4-yard line, 5-yard line maybe, where his knee went down. But that time, Coach, I think it was designed where he was on the far end, and he had the 2 guys go that way.
Yeah, the quarterback was behind the center, and then he had a back behind the guard and back behind the tackle to his right.
Yep. From the 4-yard line. So out of bounds at the 4.
And they've been in that alignment before. Mm-hmm. This evening, they've shown that already.
So 3rd down and 4, obviously 4-down territory here for Alliance. They're going to go trips on the near side this time.
There they are, very tight again.
And back to throw, looking left, throws end zone, and overthrew Edwards that time. So 4th down now. Big play for both teams here. Northwest trying to take away a little bit of that momentum. This would be huge for them to come up with a stop, but the Aviators, it would be huge for them to get on the scoreboard here and try to get back in this one. 9:44 remaining in the game. Sanders puts a man in motion, going to throw. Blitz is on, pass caught, and brought down at the 5-yard line. A great defensive effort on Wilkes. That is number 20 again for the Northwest Indians. I tell you what, Kane Watson has come up big a couple times. One on the blitz in the first half, and this time saving the touchdown right there.
They did I think that was the screenplay, and they did a great job of identifying it for what it was and then defending it.
And, guys, we go back to Ty Lipkins not giving up on that trickeration pass play that looked like it was going to go for a touchdown.
Yeah.
He makes a stop inside the 10. A penalty backs him up, and now 4 downs later, they get the stop. So Lipkins, I'm sure that'll be singled out in film session, won't it, Coach?
Absolutely.
So the Indians going to throw on 1st down. Downfield and overthrown is Lipkins. And kind of a surprise there, if you will, but gotta stretch the field every once in a while, don't you?
Not a bad idea when you're backed up somewhere in your possession. When you're backed up, you need to throw the ball deep.
And we've got a lineman down now for Alliance, another one with a cramp. Bob, mark that one down.
First one for Northwest.
That's not Northwest.
Oh,
no, it's not Northwest. You're right.
Oh, okay. Well, that's 8 now.
Again, want to remind everybody to stick around for the Progressive Chevy and Progressive Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram scoreboard show with Brian Novak on 1480 WHBC Mix 94.1. Catch up on scores from around the area and Ohio. You can also do it at WHBCsports.com. Brian will have all that information for you after the ball games tonight. We'll call in our report. You'll hear that. The summarization of the ball game here tonight, and then all the other guys will report in for their ball games as well, so you'll get a little bit more detail from those games. And again, our colleagues are out and about tonight. Warren Harding at McKinley, Bells, Miller, Jenkins, and Kincaid over there. The Bazika boys are at Perry tonight, Central and Perry. John and his dad, George. And Scott Garcia also with them tonight. 2nd down and 10. Throwing again, same play. And that time overthrown was Stevenson. 3rd time a charm, Coach?
I don't know. I'm a little surprised that they've chosen to do that on 1st and 2nd down. Again, I just a moment ago said at some point you have to be willing to take a shot, when you're backed up. But
they only threw one pass in the first half, and this is their 8th pass in the second half.
Yeah.
Well, same formation. You've got 2 receivers on the near side, and this time Venables is going to keep it.
I
think he bobbled it, didn't he?
I think that was supposed to be an exchange between him and a running back, and they didn't make the exchange. So that's not a productive possession for Northwest.
Maybe we'll get a chance to see it here on the replay if we can, but don't think we will. But it'll bring up, obviously, a punting situation with 9:04 and counting here in the ball game.
And Alliance should get good field position.
Yeah, Garber in to punt, and he's about a yard or 2 from the back of the end zone. You can shake hands with Kenny Roda down there.
I think the returners lined up too deep.
Oh, yeah, way too deep.
Wow. And tell you what, he got a foot into it, bounced and over the head, but out of bounds at about the 48-yard line, I believe is where they'll end up marking this, of Alliance. So it went past midfield.
And he was Stark County's #1 punter last year, guys, averaging over 40 yards a kick. And again, it goes back to one of the keys before the game with John DeMarco about winning special teams, more specifically field position. So that's a heck of a punt right there.
Yeah, it is. That's
45 yards.
Yeah, they're going to mark it right at the 50-yard line. So, yeah, that's a nice tool to have. So Alliance will go 2 receivers here on the near side, 1 on the far side, 3 in the backfield as they have been throughout the ball game. Now Sanders is going to throw. He's got all kinds of time. Now he's getting flushed out of the pocket. He's going to run.
Secure the ball.
45.
Secure the ball.
And he's knocked down at the 41-yard line of Northwest.
Nice tackle by number 34.
Yeah, Connor Stevenson coming up from that linebacker position. He had dropped back in coverage, but when Sanders started running, he came up and made the play. You can see it right here.
Yeah, he's been active all night long.
See him coming across the field, put his shoulder pad right into the side of Sanders. So it'll be 2nd down and 1. Sanders going to roll right this time. Blitz coming, gets away, flag down, and a pass is caught at the 35-yard line. And that is Lyric Grimm with the catch, but it's going to be called back. You got holding, Bob?
Yeah.
Connor Stevenson gave them pressure off the left edge.
So that'll move them back right about to the original line of scrimmage, isn't it? Maybe a yard behind, yep. The 49-yard line now. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 11. I'm sorry, repeat of 2nd down. 2nd down and 11.
2nd down and 11.
He heard you.
Now the 2 receivers are going to go far side. Sanders looking that way. Throws, pass incomplete. As he was trying to find, that was Amir Burt that time. So it brings up 3rd down now for the Aviators. Again, want to remind everybody, stick around. Our post game tonight, we'll have stats analysis. We'll have our Hammersmith Insurance Key Play Replay, our Old Carolina Barbecue Player of the Game, and much, much more. There's a pass right side, caught, and not a whole lot.
Gain a yard, I think.
Got about, yeah, you're right. That was Edwards again. Got another catch, but not much yardage, and it'll bring up 4th down, and Aviators got to go for it. 4th and 9 officially. Clock under 7 minutes.
Late substitution.
We're getting probably going to be a delay game here if they don't hurry up, or a timeout. Yep. Alliance is going to take a timeout. We'll take it with them. 6:50 to go here in the ball game. 16-0 Northwest on top. We'll be back.
At Pella, we believe expertise matters. Did you know that when you replace your windows and doors, there are different installation options? Every home is unique. That's why we offer methods like pocket and full frame replacement. When we inspect the windows and doors you're replacing, we'll assess which installation option is best for you and your home. Plus, our work is backed by some of the best warranties in the business.
Pella windows and doors are on sale now. Schedule a free in-home consultation today.
Today's leftovers are tomorrow's hot dog toppings. The leftover dog. We Sugardale dog dare you. Yum, 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 yum.
Back here at Smile Lake Stadium, 6:50 to go in the ball game. Northwest on top. Aviators trying to do something here on 4th down. Here's a pass, caught and out of bounds. Nice catch that time by Brisker. Got the first down. They'll move the chains. Stops the clock at 6:45.
That was an accurate throw. Nice route.
Yeah.
Good catch. Good result. They need more of those.
So Aviators 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line of Northwest. Sanders, little pass left side. Caught. Brisker, he's going to go down, going to lose a couple yards. Well, may have picked up about maybe one, but there's a flag down, so we'll have to see what that's all about. I didn't see the procedure play, or penalty, I should say.
It's against the Lions.
How many is that now?
9.
Oh, boy.
6 in his half.
At the conclusion of tonight's ball game, Kenny Roda will catch up with the winning coach. We'll hear from him. Get those butterflies out after game 1. Things will get better for sure.
Well, I think, Kenny reported that John DeMarco, well, we heard him say that he wanted to wear him down.
Yeah.
And I think that's exactly what we've witnessed the second half.
Yeah, you're right. And at that three-headed monster with Garber and Stevenson and Golke, here's a
slot receiver, inside receiver to the right.
Yep.
So that last play, DeMarco actually declined that penalty. So it was 2nd and 10. So, but this one they got to count.
Now it's 3rd and 15.
It'll be 2nd.
Or 2nd and 15. You're right. Yeah, Golke, Stevenson, and Garber, Coach, you're right. They kind of wore him down a little bit tonight.
Well, he achieves his goal because he said that that's what he wanted to do in the second half, and they've done that.
Yeah. John DeMarco, the offensive genius, longtime offensive coordinator, longtime head coach now. There's a nice tackle in open field. That was Stevenson. Or I'm sorry, is that Winston again?
On the tackle?
Was that 16?
Watson, I'm sorry, not Winston.
Wilkes
Watson
caught it.
Yeah. Wilkes caught it, Watson with the play. He's looked good tonight.
I mentioned to Bob earlier, Northwest has a 6'3 safety and a 6'2 safety and a 6'3 corner. They look like basketball players.
Yep, here's a long pass and incomplete. Intended for 14. That's Lyric Grimm.
Quarterback is limping, and he's the punter.
Yeah, that's not good. I don't think they're going to punt, though.
Yeah, they're going to go for it. Well,
fourth and 13.
I think they're sending the punt team.
Yeah, you're right. Just kind of surprised.
4th down, Elias.
No, he's hurting. Well, they are going to line up to punt, and they do.
They don't block anybody.
That one's going to take an Alliance bounce and be down at about the 16-yard line. 4:38 to go in the ball game. Again, want to thank all of our sponsors this year. We've got some new ones on board. We've got some of the original ones. Aultman Health Systems, AultCare. Thank you again for your title sponsorship. We always appreciate that. Pella Windows and Doors, #1 rated, highest quality windows. Sponsored our starting lineups tonight. Scoring drives are sponsored by Freshmark and Sugardale. Our key play replay, Hammersmith Insurance. Our halftime is always brought to you by Bell Stores, keeping the family on full. And then Old Carolina and Progressive Chevy, also new with us this year. So I want to thank all of our sponsors. Couldn't do it without you.
And, guys, we have to come up with our Old Carolina Barbecue player of the game here in the next 424.
Yeah, that's a good point, Kenny. I've got a couple guys in mind. I guess we'll have to talk about that. Bobby, give us some numbers here. We can probably make a better decision, but we'll kick around a few names. Northwest now with 2nd and 6. There's a handoff again.
Number 7, Josh.
That is Golke right there on the carry.
Coach, one of the little things when you have a more experienced quarterback that I like to see on that last snap, Venables took the play clock all the way down to 3 seconds before he snapped the ball there. So, that it doesn't look like much, but in the grand scheme of things, when you have somebody who understands the game like that and the clock is your friend, you use it and you run as much time off that clock as possible to shorten this game, right?
Yeah, and you practice that.
All right.
He didn't just mention that to him, on the sideline and have it, be executed, as well as it was. You practice this situation. It's all about, we didn't practice plays as much as we practiced situations.
Okay.
And I didn't always do that in my coaching life, but I did that the majority of my coaching life because it's a game of situations.
Another cramp on the field. Bob, you marked that one down, by the way?
Yeah, this is now Northwest's first cramp.
Coming off under his own power, though, right now, so that's good to see.
That was Golke. He was the guy that ran the ball.
He's going to get some more work done to him here on the sidelines.
Come on, Bob.
All righty, 3:30 and counting. 3rd down and 6 now for the Indians. First down could seal it for them. Going to take all kinds of time, let it wind down. They snap it. There's Garber, and Garber is close, but not going to get it. He's a yard short. What do you do here?
Punt.
Yeah. You beat me to it.
I don't know.
No,
Garber.
you punt.
Hand it to Garber.
Wakefield would go for it.
That's not good.
I'm standing right by Coach DeMarco, and I'll tell you what he's going to do.
Ask him.
He's going to run this baby all the way down.
Call a timeout.
Call a timeout, and then decide if they want to go for it or punt the football, as we're at 15 on the play clock, and then they'll make that decision. If he does so, there'll be about 2.5 minutes left when they call the timeout.
Yeah, I agree with letting the clock run down.
He's looking at it, and there he goes. So with a second left, he calls timeout.
Now, I'm not sure if that dictated why he called a timeout or it was because John was tired. He actually had to jog off the field from when his player went down with a cramp, and he looked at the official and just kind of put his hands up like that as if he was going to get a delay of game penalty.
Oh, my gosh. All right, well.
Good call, Kenny. 234 left in the game.
I was a math major in high school.
Well, then it showed. I was not.
JT has told me that. You taught him how to speak good English.
Did you have JT in class?
No.
Oh, I was going to say.
No. I had JT for 1 year. He was a senior my first year at McKinley.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you how he was in class. But.
He broke a bone in pregame warm-up his junior year because they didn't wear shoulder pads for pregame warm-up.
Yeah.
And there was a lesson there.
Yeah.
For the coaching staff.
I remember that.
All right, they are going to punt it away. Garber is back. And that one bounces to him. He gets it off, and he gets
roughing.
hit. And they're going to – nope, they're not even going to call it.
Oh, my goodness.
Ball hit the turf. That's why there's no call on that, guys.
Ah, good point.
Good call, Kenny.
And the coaches, they're not understanding that. And the official's explaining it to Garber now, and he'll soon explain it to the coach.
Yeah. Yeah, I see John DeMarco there with his palms up going, what? Why? You're the first one that caught that. We were all thinking the same thing. Why isn't that a
Yep, he loses
penalty?
his protection when the ball hits the ground.
Yep. So it actually was a good punt all the way down to the 40-yard line. So the Aviators have 2:25 to work with. They've got to score quick.
See, that was a mistake on that punt team. Mm-hmm. Okay, it was a bad snap. You didn't have to pay for it, fortunately, but that's not how you practice it.
Yeah.
I'd love it if each team counted up how many mistakes they had in terms of special teams this evening.
Yeah. Well, Coach, I think, and I would hope you would agree, this certainly is a big learning experience tonight for both these teams because, it wasn't a cleanly played game in the least bit, but there was a lot of lessons learned, I think.
Well, the better team is winning.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that.
There is a handoff, Wilkes. And Wilkes is going to take it out to about the 47, 8. They keep moving that pile. They're going to say at the 47 now. Clock continues to roll. Alliance content with just running it out, looks like.
And the other thing this shows you, too, is just how good J.R. Jackson was last year, guys, right?
Yep.
Over 3,200 yards, 35 touchdowns, Stark County Player of the Year. It's not easy to replace. In fact, you can't replace that, right?
Nope.
So you're just trying to find some guys that, can make this a better football team. And lessons, tough ones, will be learned here tonight for both teams, but more so for Alliance as they've made more mistakes.
There's another handoff. Wilkes again.
You don't generate those kinds of stats without having a lot of opportunities.
Yeah.
And so, I'd be interested in knowing how many passing attempts he had. It had to be if he.
Well, he was in on every play.
Those are ridiculous numbers.
Yeah.
He wasn't throwing it, he was running it.
He punted, he kicked, he did a little, played safety at times, I think. He did a little bit of everything last year. And then went out and did it on the basketball court, too, as they made a nice playoff run.
He's just an athlete, unbelievable athlete. Another handoff. And that's pretty much going to do it here tonight as the clock is at 16.
Change of possession. They'll stop it,
Yep.
snap it one more time, and we'll be done.
Well, Indians tonight they pitch their shutout.
First and 10 Northwest.
And again, want to remind everybody, stick around after the ball game tonight. We'll have stats, analysis, scores, and more. And we'll also give you our key play replay from Hammersmith Insurance, our player of the game, brought to you by Old Carolina Barbecue. And there's the snap and a knee taken by Venables, and that will do it for the ball game tonight. And Northwest will start the season at 1-0 with a shutout win tonight over the Alliance Aviators by a score of 16-0. Both teams shaking hands. We'll keep an eye on Kenny here and try to catch up with Coach John DeMarco. Coach usually wants to go and shake hands with the opposing coaches, and he'll try to make time for Kenny as he's been so gracious over the years to help us out. Coach, while we're waiting on Coach DeMarco, just initial thoughts after this one.
I think that Alliance has a long way to go.
Yeah.
Before they're going to win a game, they've got a lot to clean up. Penalties, turnovers, special teams mistakes. Just to mention a few things, and their coaching staff knows that.
Mm-hmm.
If If Northwest can be patient and like they were tonight in the run game, because they didn't get a lot of chunk plays.
All right, guys. I'm going to interrupt you, Coach, because I got another coach down here on the field, John DeMarco of the winning Indians 16-0 over Alliance. Coach, defense scores, offense scores, special teams scores. So you get something from all three phases of the game amongst everything else that went on.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Kind of cleaned it up a little bit for us. It was definitely a week one game. You like to come out week one with a win. You like to be able to play like that and get a win. So very fortunate. Defense played extremely well.
You told me before the game it wasn't necessarily a touchdown on a kick return you wanted to see out of your special teams, but field position. You have one of the best punters in the county. That played a big factor in this game, didn't it?
It did, and I thought what really did in the second half was they muffed a kickoff to start the second half, and it backed them up, and I don't think they really got out of the hole. But that set up our second score, and then I think we're able to take it to them a little bit after that.
And can you talk a little bit about not giving up on a play like Lipkins, keeping that double pass from ending up in a touchdown, and you guys get the goal line stand?
Well, you talk to your kids all the time about that, and you don't know if they did, but Ty definitely sold out on that, and we kept them out of the end zone. So the defense gets a shutout instead of giving up the one score. So we had a blown coverage, and he made up for it by just outrunning it.
Defensively, what were you able to do with their offense? Because they had a couple plays, but not many in this entire game.
Basically 34 and 42. They gave us a good chance to play defense, and they're pretty good. It's nice to have guys like that. We played well all defensively, but it's nice to have players like that stand above the rest.
Coach, congratulations on the Week 1 win. Best of luck in the future. We'll see you down the road.
Thanks, Kenny. Greatly appreciate. Always great to see you here.
John DeMarco. He's happy. It's a 1-0 record. That's all that matters, right? They'll do the film study. They'll get on some kids in the locker room and everything, guys. But bottom line is you come, you play to win a game, and they did so by making enough plays tonight and something to build on in all three phases of the game for them.
All right, Kenny, thank you so much. Come on up here, and we'll get you in on the discussion here as we talk about our player of the game and key play as well. So we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have all that for you here in our post-game show as we wrap things up from Northwest. We'll be back.
Two leaders coming together for double the cancer expertise. The Aultman Cancer Center is proud to be affiliated with University Hospital's Seidman Cancer Center. Advanced treatment, compassionate care, right here for you. Aultman and UH bring you state-of-the-art cancer treatment close to home without unnecessary travel. Made possible with locations in Alliance and Canton, because our community deserves the very best.
This is Brian Bailey of Old Carolina Barbecue Company. It's pigskin time in Northeast Ohio, and you know that Old Carolina is the official barbecue of football. So if you've got plans to gather at a tailgate or in front of a big screen TV, be sure your buffet line is full of hearty party food. We've got tender hand-pulled pork to make all-pro sliders and hickory-smoked deep-fried wings that will score big points with your party guests. We're covering football fans at our 3 convenient locations in Canton, Massillon, and Alliance. Order online today at oldcarolina.com.
Every other dealer is trying to sell you something. Not me. I want to buy your car. Trade it in or just sell it to me, top dollar. You might be surprised what it's worth. Check out this month's deals.
New 2026 Silverado's over $13,000 off, and new 2026 Equinox EV, 7.
I'm Craig Sanders at Progressive Chevrolet in Massillon, and I want to buy your car. I mean it.
With Bell Store's Bell Buddy Rewards, you save in-store and at the pump. New members receive 20 cents off per gallon as a welcome gift. Everyday savings are made easy. Instantly enjoy 3 cents off per gallon just for being a member. When you spend $25 in store, unlock an extra 5 cents off per gallon on your next fill-up. Buy 5, get 1 free. Track your drinks and earn free coffee, fountain, icy, and espresso with drink clubs. So start saving today. Download the Bell Stores app and sign up for Bell Buddy Rewards.
You can always score with Friends and Family Credit Union. For over 60 years, we have proudly served our community, providing financial services to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Stark County. Our focus is always you, the member. Whether it's a loan, savings, checking, or other financial services, visit one of our 3 locations, online or on our mobile app. We'll continue bringing friends into the family for generations.
This is Brian Bailey of Old Carolina Barbecue Company. It's pigskin time in Northeast Ohio, and you know that Old Carolina is the official barbecue of football. So if you've got plans to gather at a tailgate or in front of a big screen TV, be sure your buffet line is full of hearty party food. We've got tender hand-pulled pork to make all-pro sliders and hickory-smoked deep-fried wings that will score big points with your party guests. We're covering football fans at our 3 convenient locations in Canton, Massillon, and Alliance. Order online today at oldcarolina.com.
2 leaders coming together for double the cancer expertise. The Aultman Cancer Center is proud to be affiliated with University Hospital's Seidman Cancer Center. Advanced treatment, compassionate care, right here for you. Aultman and UH bring you state-of-the-art cancer treatment close to home without unnecessary travel. Made possible with locations in Alliance and Canton. Because our community deserves the very best.
Back here at Northwest as the Indians start off with a win tonight, 16-0 over the Alliance Aviators. They are now 1-0 on the season. So congratulations to them and Coach John DeMarco for their win tonight. Give you some scores from around the area. It is McKinley leading Warren Harding 33-0. That one in the 4th quarter. Over at Thom Benson. Canton South losing to Garaway right now, 13-6 in the 4th quarter. Louisville on top of New Philadelphia, 17-7 in the 4th quarter. Also in the 4th quarter, North Canton Hoover, 35 and Bookdale, 8. Other scores, Lake on top of North Ridgeville by a score of 21-14. That one also in the 4th quarter. And Glen Oak trails Dover now, 36-21 in the 4th quarter as well. Massillon up 24-12. That one late 3rd quarter score from Tigertown. So the Tigers looking good tonight as well. And let's see, what else do we have for you? Perry ends up beating Canton Central Catholic tonight 42-7. And that'll pretty much do it for some of our local scores tonight. And we'll turn it over now to Coach. What is your name?
I don't know.
Thom McDaniels.
I've answered to many things.
Thom McDaniels now has our final stats. Thom.
Yeah. Northwest pitches a shutout tonight. They win 16-0 over Alliance. Statistics are pretty comparable. Alliance rushed for 76 yards, Northwest for 100. Alliance passed for 94 yards, Northwest 44. Alliance with 170 total yards, Northwest with 144. Alliance 8 first downs, Northwest 10. Time of possession within a minute, 24 minutes and 29 seconds for Alliance, 23 minutes, 31 seconds for Northwest. Each team had 2 turnovers, and those were both in the first half. Alliance committed 9 penalties, and they were costly for 63 yards. Northwest was lightly penalized twice for 10 yards. Individual statistics on the evening, Caden Sanders, quarterback for Alliance, was 8 of 18 for 37 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions. Trevor Wilkes had 13 rushes for 52 yards for Alliance. And Brayon Edwards had 4 of the catches, of the 8 catches for 74 yards for Alliance. Northwest, Braden Venables was 5 of 9 for 44 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions. Jacob Garber, a workmanlike 15 rushes for 55 yards and a touchdown. Josh Golke, 6 rushes for 30 yards. And then Ty Lipkins. Ty Lipkins, 3 catches for 38 yards and no touchdowns.
All right.
That's it.
Thank you
so
much, Coach. All right, we've got a couple things we've got to get out of the way. First of all is our Hammersmith Insurance Key Play Replay play of the game. And, wow, I think this one occurred early in the ball game. 6:59 to go in the first quarter as the fumble recovery in the end zone by Connor Stevenson. The extra point by Cooper was good. and that put Northwest on top 7-0. Here's a look at the play. He knocked it out of the way, then went and got it, recovered it into the end zone for the score, and that is where Northwest got their start, and that was a key play of the ball game. So congratulations to Connor Stevenson for that Hammersmith Insurance key play replay. That brings us.
It was the game winner.
It was. It really was.
That's all they needed, right?
All right. That also brings us to our player of the game, brought to you by Old Carolina Barbecue, the official barbecue of football. And that tonight is going to go to Jacob Garber. Jacob Garber tonight. And let's see, Bobby, you had his numbers.
He had 15 carries, 55 yards, and the lone offensive touchdown for Northwest.
Yep.
We don't chart tackles.
We don't,
but he had a boatload of them.
Oh, he was all over the field, without question. And, this is a kid that's going to be one of the top two-way players in Stark County this year. And you heard Coach talk about him, in the postgame show there earlier.
Yep, absolutely. So before we go, guys, final thoughts, Coach?
Two teams had their beginning, and it wasn't flashy. Both have things that they need to work on. Alliance far more than Northwest. Again, Northwest had 2 penalties, so they were pretty clean in that game, or in that phase of the game. But I think that Alliance has a lot of work to do.
Yeah, Bobby, you're looking at numbers all night. What are your thoughts?
Alliance showed signs. I mean, at the end of the first half, they drove the ball down to the goal line, and then they just ran out of time because they were out of timeouts. And then they had the ball down at the 5 on that long flea flicker play, but then they had the penalty, took them back to the 10, and then that just threw them off, and they weren't able to get the ball in the end zone. So I think if they clean things up a little bit, they could be a good team this year.
All right, Kenny?
I think this game, me personally, was won on special teams. I think when you start the film of this in quarter one all the way through, yes, Northwest missed an extra point. Okay, maybe that was one of their missteps, but you get a field goal, there's 3 points. Yeah. Field position, big in favor of Northwest the entire game. The punter, it could have been disastrous on the low snap. He fields it, he gets it away, and they don't get a block, and they don't get great field position there. So, and then you factor in when Alliance, the opening kickoff, as Coach DeMarco told us, right, to start the second half, back them up inside the 10-yard line. So I think special teams was a huge factor, and before the game, Coach DeMarco had a good feeling about his special teams, and when you have the all-conference and best punter in Stark County coming back, you feel pretty good about that, and I think that was a big factor in this contest.
Yeah, one thing I recall, Coach said at halftime to Kenny, we're going to try to wear him out, and I think that's what they did. I think they wore him down with that three-headed attack from the running backs, and that was the key, I thought, tonight to the ball game. I want to remind you, next week we are at Lake. It is Boardman at Lake for the second game of our season here on the YouTube. And before we leave, we got a lot of folks we want to thank. First of all, for the Claxon Communications crew, our production assistant is Andrew Hughes. Our camera operators, Trevor Lake and Angel Reyes-Valencia. Our video producer tonight and running the show for us, Casey Claxon. Our on-site engineer, Nick Zopoulos. Our stats are provided by the big guy, Bobby Jeffries. And our sidelines tonight, Kenny the Roadman Roda, and my partner up here in the booth, Thom McDaniels. I'm Frank Cilona, giving you that score one more time. It was the Northwest Indians 16 and the Alliance Aviators nothing. Have a good night, everybody.